What gets me out of bed every morning is the possibility of helping people. I want to give people back their peace of mind. I want to know they have a fighter in their corner when they've been a victim of someone else's negligence to help put their lives back together. I want them to know it's going to be okay. Our creative toll torpedo is tell them you do business. We want our clients to know that when they hire our law firm, the insurance companies are going to take them seriously. They're going to take their case serious. We leave no stone unturned in preparing the case. We are on the cutting edge of trial technology. We have 2 decades of trial experience in representing injured clients. We become a part of our client's struggle and take on that burden. We get our clients the justice they deserve. That's the rewarding part. The look on their face, their appreciation.
They know that our team has gone to battle for them and we have come out victorious. That is the most rewarding part.
We have carried their burden. We have walked in their steps. We have fought their fight.
Do you want to do more? Are you feeling called to help? Some will just hang on. Others will raise their hand to truly help. Phoenix Home Care is looking for raised hands. Phoenix Home Care and Hospice needs help. Phoenix Home Care is hiring immediately for caregivers who want to help people live life with dignity in their own homes. Take this time of crisis to seize an opportunity. Go to phoenixhomehc.com and click on the Careers tab. Be different. Make a difference. Choose Phoenix.
Phoenix Home Care and Hospice. I choose Phoenix.
Welcome to Strikeout Sunday, a celebration that is all about the K and some monumental moments in the 7-year history of grip and rip baseball. Batters have gone down swinging ever since the first doubleheader happened in August of 2016, and the premier outlet for amateur baseball in Southwest Missouri has been throwing gas and tying up hitters ever since.
There it is, Skylar Henson. In the rare air, becomes the first man in the history of the Grip and Rip Baseball League to strike out 100 batters in his career. What a moment.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and there it is. Andy Galley becomes just the second man ever to strike out 100 batters in his Grip and Rip Baseball League career. A tremendous moment for Andy Galley, and he is keeping the baseball.
Engler at 99, kicks and deals the 0-2. Swing and a miss, he got him, and with that, Josh Engler has struck out 100 batters in his Grip and Rip Baseball League career. Just the third to ever do it. Shares a hug with his friend Eric Grisham there. The century mark for Josh Engler.
Josh Engler got the 100th strikeout of his post-college career 2 weekends ago, joining Skylar Henson and Andy Galley in the Strikeout Century Club. And tonight, another celebrated right-hander will have his turn on baseball night in the Ozarks. Cole Roark broke into the GRBL in 2019, and he won a championship and the Pitcher of the Year award with the Henry's Towing High Rollers. Roark has gone on to collect 97 strikeouts. Then the native of Rolla, Missouri, is now the player manager of the Branson Showmen. Roark has been through the trials of changing colleges, Tommy John surgery, the devastation of going undrafted, and a decision between independent pro baseball and a family life. Roark chose family, and he chose to come back to Missouri to teach, coach, be with his wife Megan, and raise their kids. He found his way into the Grip and Rip Baseball League and immediately saw it as his chance to pursue baseball at a high level on the weekend while walking down his professional and his personal goals every other day of the year. At 28 years old, Cole Roark once told me he'd like to keep going at least until he's 45.
You know, I like to be top dog. If I'm going to do something, I like to compete and win. And so I want to be back on top. I want to be a strikeout leader or a leader in some statistical category and just keep blowing it out there. You know, I'd like to pitch until I'm Daniel England's age. You know, provided Dr. Coletta's good work and my elbow can hold up and keep going. I just love the game, love playing, so that as long as I can do it, I'm in it.
And as Cole Roark goes for his 100th strikeout, his Branson Showmen will go for their first win of the season tonight at 6 o'clock when they take on the Springfield Metropolitans on baseball night in the Ozarks. Speaking of the Mets, 3 of the best pitchers in the GRBL collected milestone strikeouts on the same day on August 21st. Moon City Mavericks right-hander Chris Matlock got his 75th in the bottom of the 8th inning. And then Springfield Mets #1 overall draft pick Clay Murphy got his 75th in the top of the 9th in a 9-2 Mets win. Chris Matlock gets the start for Moon City today, coming up at high noon as they have a showdown with the Republic Locos. Matlock has been using a surgically repaired arm throughout his time in the GRBL. And while he's not throwing the same stuff that led the Texas Rangers to pick him 21st in the 21st round of the draft, I should say, in 2009, he is still throwing the junk that makes people miss. And that's just fine with him.
You know, baseball's that thing. If I can throw it over the plate and somebody will swing and miss, I will throw it as long as I possibly can. Even if I have to go softball style pitch, I don't care. I'll do it.
And like Matlock, Clay Murphy has made his living on the slider here in the GRBL. Yet another arm revived by Tommy John. Murphy was the #1 overall pick for the Mets in 2022, rolling into the season off of Howard Bell Trophy wins with the Mountain Ducks and the Mavericks in back-to-back seasons. Milestones are nice, but the real fun in it for Clay Murphy comes from satisfying the expectations he puts on himself. He's also big on befriending his teammates and already seems to have bonded with 50-year-old Mets catcher Steve Aldrich.
But it makes it easier because you just kind of go out and throw fastballs until you get in trouble or whatever. Then you can kind of start getting after that. But Steve makes it easy back there. He just kind of throw whatever he calls and let it eat. So it works out pretty well.
And then there's Benjamin Van Gorp. Born in the Netherlands, where the game is known as honkbal, the always original Van Gorp pitched 5 shutout innings for the Ozark Mountain Ducks on August 21st, helping the club secure a 7-3 win over the Branson Showmen and improve to 2-0 on the season. Van Gorp now has 80 Ks for his career, tying Trey Watson in the #6 spot on the Grip and Rip League's all-time strikeout leaderboard. Van Gorp finds himself reunited with manager Austin Kendrick and working in tandem with 2021 Rookie of the Year Nick Young. BVG hasn't played on a championship team since the GRBL's first season, and he said he's willing to do just about anything to end what is a personal 6-year drought.
I know week 1, AK was like, we're going to go Nixon, be our 5-inning guy for this one. But he said we're going to play it, see how it goes today. And I was feeling really good. And he, he just, it's like, you want to keep rolling? And I was like, of course, man. Like, I just want to throw as many innings as I can.
So as we look at the GRBL's all-time strikeout leaders, Skylar Henson still atop the leaderboard with 144 in his career. And then it is the Mets, Andy Galley, nipping at his heels with 140. Josh Engler from the Nixa Suckers rates third all-time with 107. Then Cole Rourke at 97. He will go for the century mark tonight at 6 o'clock as the Branson Showmen take on the Springfield Metropolitans. The great Jesse Hodge is in the 5th spot with 90 strikeouts for his career. Then the lefty Trey Watson from Springfield, Missouri, tied at 6 with Benjamin Van Gorp, those two with 80 strikeouts apiece. Chris Matlock and Clay Murphy knotted up in the 8th spot at 75. And then the Ozark Mountain Ducks' King Owens, 10th all-time with 67 Ks. Well, speaking of Chris Matlock, let's go ahead and talk about the starting lineups for this game. It's the Moon City Mavericks taking on the Republic Locos. Here are the names from Tolbert Beatles' docket. Moon City, the visiting team on the scoreboard in the baby blue uniforms, will lead off with their third baseman, #1 Zach Ralph. Then it's the second baseman, Joseph Juarez. Batting third is the shortstop, Brady Welsh. Center field today for the Space Cowboys is #9 from St. Peters, Missouri, Joe Emery. Batting 5th is the extra hitter, TJ Orlandi. Hitting 6th, the catcher, Michael Easter. Batting 7th is the right fielder, #3, Ben Hammett. Batting 8th and playing first base today for a shorthanded Mavericks club is #13, Jacob McDaniel, normally the backup catcher. Right field today is the #9 hitter. He wears #6 on his back. That is Nick Bacon. And batting 10th is the pitcher, a right-hander, an NCAA Division II All-American, Chris Matlock. So it's Ralph, Juarez, Welsh, Emery, Orlandi, Easter, Hammett, McDaniel, Bacon, and Matlock for the Moon City Mavericks. Defensively, the Republic Locos are starting a right-hander from University of Wisconsin La Crosse, 41-year-old John Bortz. Behind him, they will line up with Tyler Jones out in left field. Trent Simpson gets the start in center today. And Logan Prock, a KG veteran, will be out at right field. At third base is the Locos player manager, Chris Mesa, their shortstop, two-time Gold Glove Award winner, and the first member of the GRBL Hall of Fame from Lee's Summit, Missouri, Caleb Cole. In playing second base, I should say, originally from Enumclaw, Washington, now a resident of Branson, Missouri, that's Matt Spangler. And at first is the left-hander from St. Charles, Missouri, Kyle Carpenter, behind home plate today from Woodstock, Georgia. The pilot in training, wearing number 2, Cole Hazelhorst, receiving pitches from right-hander John Bortz. And John Bortz now resides in Joplin, Missouri. He's a food safety manager there, but came to Southwest Missouri from Wisconsin, where he went to University of Wisconsin La Crosse. Has a little bit of an unorthodox style, very intense competitor, and his delivery has been very effective so far in the Grip and Rip League. He's pitched 7 1/3, given up 0 earned runs on 9 hits, struck out 9, walked 3, and hit a batter. He's allowed 3 extra base hits. So the ERA for John Bortz sits at 0.00. In his last outing, he pitched the maximum allotted 4 1/3. Coming on in relief against the Nixa Suckers, didn't give up any earned runs, scattered 5 hits, and struck out 7 batters. So John Bortz getting set to go for the Locos. This will be his, I do believe, second start in the Grip and Rip Baseball League. So here we go, 2 friends hugging it out behind home plate as Mavericks third baseman Zach Ralph hugs Locos catcher Cole Hazelhorst. And we are just about set to go. Yeah, those guys, teammates on a summer club team out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. And the Mavericks a little bit shorthanded today. They are without pitcher Michael Barnes, and they will also be without first baseman / do-everything utility guy Cody Files, who is out with an illness today. Ralph pops one into left field. No problem for Tyler Jones. Had time to camp out and eat a sandwich before hauling that one in, and it's 1 away. It's going to bring up Joe Juarez for City. Joe, originally from Kansas City, Kansas, but now lives in Springfield, Missouri. Sponsored by Border States Electric. Stands in 1 for 8 on the season with a single and 1 strikeout. So Juarez has been putting the ball into play, just having a hard time finding gaps. And this is Joe's first year back in the Grip and Rip. Took a year off in 2021 to concentrate on some things that his kiddos were doing as far as traveling sports goes. But for Joe Juarez, the baseball bug was just a little too much to shake, so he has made time in his schedule to get back out here and play ball this fall in the Grip and Rip League. Juarez had a pretty good season in 2020 for the Branson Showmen. He was 6 for 17 at the plate that year with a double, and was predominantly used as a pitcher for the Showmen. And Tony Lewis was managing the club that COVID-shortened 2020 year. Well, Juarez lines this one, and like I said, it was just a matter of time before he would find a gap. Tyler Jones, the left fielder, got it on a single hop, but that is a base hit in just about any league for Joseph Juarez, who is aboard for Moon City's first hit on the day. That's going to bring up Brady Welsh, who is off to a slow start after winning a third of the league Elite Promotions Hit King title in 2021 with the Nixa Suckers. He had 14 hits. That was the league high. But this year, off to a 1 for 7 beginning. That's a 143 average. Does have 1 RBI on a sac fly. Swings, fouls one back to the screen. While we're at it here, I'll say thank you to our league sponsor, league title sponsor. That's Henry's Towing. Remember to let Henry do it. And the sponsor of our broadcasts here on YouTube, Central Bank of the Ozarks. Bortz comes home with a breaking ball. This is chopped to third. Mesa throws to second. They get the lead runner. They do not turn 2. So it'll go down in the book as a 5-3. Mesa got the ball to Spangler, who did not have a clear throwing lane, as Juarez ran upright into second base. So Welsh does reach first safely on the fielder's choice. So 2 outs. It's going to bring Joe Emery to the dish. Joe wears number 9. Played junior college baseball at St. Louis Community College Forest Park, where he hit .321, and then went to Truman State as a sophomore in 2011. Bulldogs. Truman State, an academic school first and foremost, where Joe got his degree in kinesiology, the study of human body movement, but played Division II baseball. 3 for 7 so far on the season is Emery, who looked at a strike there to make the count 1-1. He's got a triple and a pair of infield singles. His on-base percentage, a very impressive 500 even. 1 strikeout, 1 walk on his line so far. Took a big hack at that one from Bortz, who took something off of the change. And John Bortz ahead in a pitcher's count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runner at first is Welsh. Bortz comes set from the midsection. Brings it home. That was outside and off the plate, and a throw down to first sends Welsh diving back safely. So 2-2. Bortz will work the ball. We've got 85-degree temperatures right now. Winds are out of the south at 9 miles per hour. There is a chance of rain about midway through this game, coming up sometime in the 1 o'clock hour. Swing and a miss. Emery down on strikes on the breaking ball. First K of the day for John Bortz. And the top of the first ends with our teams scoreless. Moon City and Republic just underway here from U.S. Baseball Park. We are back with more right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, brought to you live and free all day long on YouTube.
When times are tough, you turn to the people you trust. For more than 100 years, Central Bank has weathered many a storm, and through it all, shown what it means to be a true community bank. Our people are working right now to keep your money moving, to keep your businesses strong, to keep our community strong. Central Bank has been named a Forbes magazine top 100 bank for 12 years in a row. When we say strong roots, we mean it. Central Bank. Strong roots, endless possibilities. Member FDIC.
Rantsberger back with you live at U.S. Baseball Park. Moon City Mavericks and Republic Locos getting us started on this GRBL Sunday triple hitter, the third of 7 weeks in the 2022 regular season. So the Republic Locos will lead off with the shortstop Caleb Cole. He's followed by the center fielder Trent Simpson. The catcher Cole Hazelhorst bats third. In the cleanup spot is the first baseman Kyle Carpenter. Then it's the right fielder Logan Prock. Left fielder Tyler Jones will bat sixth, having won the GRBL's Gripple Crown a season ago. In the seventh spot is the second baseman Matt Spangler. Batting eighth is the extra hitter from Rogersville, Missouri, Farron Cogdill. Batting ninth is the player manager and third baseman, number 24, Chris Mesa. And batting 10th is the designated hitter, the assistant prosecuting attorney from Greene County, Missouri, wearing number 5, John Mccaskill. They will face Chris Matlock, coming off of a sterling performance a week ago, coming on in relief. Chris Matlock, absolutely brilliant to start his 2022 season. He pitched 3 1/3, allowed no earned runs, no hits, struck out 3, walked 1, and faced 1 batter above minimum in a 9-2 loss against the Springfield Metropolitans. His first pitch to Caleb Cole, slider on the outer half, just off the plate for ball 1. So Mavericks, again, without Michael Barnes, who has been their starting pitcher this season. As Cole pops one up, that will stay on the infield. In to get that is Jacob McDaniel, who is normally a catcher, but getting the start today at first base. The Mavs a little shorthanded. Again, without Michael Barnes, that is a planned family absence. And then without Cody Files, who's missing due to illness today. So McDaniel stepping in, playing first, and he makes the catch for the first out. Bring up Trent Simpson, a loan officer, works for Patio, and they are his player sponsor out of Springfield, Missouri, 26 years old. Swinging well as a rookie here in the GRBL. He is 4 for 8 with 4 singles. And he and Ethan Cole are leading the Locos in hits Ethan Cole, not in the starting lineup today for Republic, is available, I understand. In a dire situation, there's a throw from the shortstop that's offline, and so that will be an error charged to Brady Welsh, so Simpson is aboard safely. E6 is what the official score says, as Cole Hazelhorst walks to the dish. Hazelhorst wearing the collar, 0 for 6 on the season. He's been hit by pitches twice, so the on-base percentage is into the positives. Also has struck out 3 times. Cole, very good a season ago with Moon City. He was 10 for 26 with 9 runs batted in. Here's a check throw from Matlock, sending the runner Simpson diving back. It's a veteran battery here. Chris Matlock throwing to Michael Easter. And it is now 2-0. Well, the sun has gone behind a cloud here. We continue to make periodic A&L electric-powered checks of the weather. Hopefully that will not be too much of a story before all is said and done today. There is a chance for a shower and perhaps even a lightning delay with scattered thunderstorms moving through. But for the most part, it's going to be warm and humid today under partly cloudy skies. Breaking ball swung on and skied into shallow left center. Center fielder Emery lost his ball cap, but made the catch, and he throws one toward the Locos dugout. A favorable ricochet off the screen keeps Trent Simpson in place. So that puts 2 outs up on the board. Still a runner at first, and Kyle Carpenter, who has been swinging a pretty good bat, comes in here. Carpenter 3 for 8, a single, a double, and a triple. 2 batted in. Coming off of a 6 for 13 hitting performance as a rookie. Limited plate appearances with the Nixa Suckers, but this was something Kyle Carpenter talked about. He said, I don't want to be just a pitcher. I want to be a two-way player. I want to find position work on a team, and has done so with the Republic Locos, playing first base. 25-year-old lefty from St. Charles, Missouri, where he went to St. Dominic High School. 0-1 after that foul ball, and Carpenter lifts this one in the air to right. Charging in is Hammett. He won't get there in time. 1 hop, and Hammett cuts the throw. So that base hit from Kyle Carpenter puts 2 runners on. A little something brewing here with 2 outs for the Locos, perhaps. And another dangerous bat comes to the plate. This is number 15, Logan Prock, out of Lebanon, Missouri. A special education teacher. He is 2 for 6 on the year. 2 singles and a run batted in, hitting with a man in scoring position here. So 25 hits in the career of Logan Prock, now in its 6th season. Checked his swing at strike 1. So Chris Matlock looking to bear down. This is not unusual for him to take a moment to get going when he's starting games. Chris can do a little bit of everything. He can start, he can close, he can be a middle reliever. They're going to throw back to second, just beating the throw back. Trent Simpson. Nice tag from Joe Juarez there. But our MAU umpire's right on top of it. Simpson being a little less aggressive with his lead this time as Matlock comes home with a slider. Chris asking for a little clarification on where that missed. 1-1 now. Matlock from the belt looks back at the runner, now comes home. An inside slider is popped, tailing toward the Mavericks dugout, but staying on the surface. Zach Ralph, the third baseman, over to make the catch, and so that is 3 outs in the inning. They strand 2, including 1 in scoring position, and we stay scoreless. 0-0. Mavericks will come to bat in the top of the 2nd right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, live and free all day long on YouTube.
I'm Nicole Cartmell with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
John Bortz back out to work the second inning for the Republic Locos. They are scoreless, knotted up 0-0 against the Moon City Mavericks. City will send their number 5, 6, and 7 hitters to the dish this inning. That'll be TJ Orlandi, Michael Easter, and Ben Hammett. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rance Berger, coming at you live and free all day long here from U.S. Baseball Park. We've got Moon City and Republic going now at 3 o'clock. We're scheduled to have the unbeatens collide as the 2-0 Ozark Mountain Ducks take on the 2-0 Nixa Suckers. Then at 6 o'clock on Baseball Night in the Ozarks, it's the Springfield Metropolitans against the Branson Showmen. So here's TJ Orlandi for the Space Cowboys. Right-hander from Nixa, Missouri, wears number 11, pokes one. But nice play ranging over, reaching up with that right hand is the first baseman, Kyle Carpenter. Makes the catch and records the out, so one away. That'll bring up the catcher, Michael Easter, the auto mechanic from Springfield, Missouri. An original 60 member. That means he played for this league the year it was founded, 2016, and has been out here ever since. Went to Hillcrest High School on the north side of Springfield, Missouri. Swung and chased. Had a breaking pitch there from John Bortz. So Easter had a .258 on-base percentage in 2021 with the Nixa Suckers. OBP's at .333 for the moment. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. Even in the count here with John Bortz, 1-1. Bortz and the Locos scoreless after 1 inning. Strike 2 caught the inner half. It's John Bortz working everything out of the stretch today, even with the bases empty. So he's simplified his mechanics a little bit. Got Easter to reach out and touch one that will trickle foul. Third base side will set up and do it again on the 1-2. So Michael Easter played for Grip and Rip Blue in 2016. That was when there were 4 clubs, and they were simply named for the color of the shirts that they wore. He was with the Finley River Rascals in 2017, and played for Austin Kendrick in back-to-back seasons, 2018 and 19, with the A&L Electric Shockers. Was with the Branson Showmen in 20, the Suckers in 21, and now he's with the Moon City Mavericks. Teamed up with Daniel England for the first time in his career. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Easter, 6th pitch of the sequence coming up here from John Bortz. 1 out, scoreless ball game, second inning. Fastball swung on in line, and Matt Spangler reaches down and snags it on the fly for the second out. That was tailing, but Spangler able to run in. He tends to play heels to the grass at second base, and just got the glove underneath that ball before it touched any turf. That will bring up Ben Hammett, the right fielder, originally from Rose Hill, Kansas, now resides in Nixa, Missouri, where he works for Kraft Heinz as a distribution manager at the Springfield plant. But he and his wife Julie raised their 3 kids, who all go to Nixa Schools. Hammett is 0 for 4 for the campaign. Swings and lines this one to short. That will take one hop, fielded by the shortstop Cole, who gets the ball over to Kyle Carpenter at first in time for the out. So a 1-2-3 inning for John Bortz keeps the score 0-0. We'll come back and see what the Locos can do in the bottom of the second right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League. Big thank you to our sponsor, Henry's Towing. Remember, you get in a roadside emergency, remember to call some folks you can trust. Remember to let Henry do it.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well. So there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it.
I need to change. My workouts are too boring.
Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
Moon City right-hander Chris Matlock throwing fastballs here, warming up to get us started here in the second inning. Well, Chris comes into today's game having achieved the 75th strikeout of his Grip and Rip Baseball League career a week ago. This is his first start of the 2022 campaign. Ended the 2021 season with 77 1/3 innings pitched, allowing 24 earned runs on 64 hits. He struck out 72 batters in those previous seasons and walked only 13, so good command consistently for Chris Matlock, whether he's been starting, closing, or something in between. Entered the year with a 2.79 ERA. That career ERA has since dropped to 2.68 thanks to 3 1/3 of scoreless no-hit baseball pitched on August 21st. Facing Tyler Jones here, it'll be Jones, Spangler, and Cogdill for the Locos as Jones sends one way back into right center field, losing the hat, but grabbing the baseball is the center fielder Joe Emery just in front of the warning track. And so Jones is retired. Looked good coming off the bat, but those southerly winds coming in at about 9 miles per hour did a little job there of knocking the baseball down in flight. So it brings up Matt Spangler from Enumclaw, Washington. Spangler, he has also played 5 GRBL seasons. This is his 6th. Went to College of the Ozarks. Played in the inaugural season in 2016. But this one just his 6th year. He did not play in 2020, but has been out here every other season. 1 for 3 on the campaign is Spangler with a single, a run batted in. He has also walked and been hit, so the on-base percentage, very nice, 600 even. 2-0. Matlock throws Spangler one inside, and it's now 3 balls, no strikes. Spangler kept it on his shoulder, looked at strike 1 there. He is an accounts payable manager with Capital Vacations. They sponsor his entry into the league. 3-1. Breaking ball missed high, and that is a rare walk issued by Chris Matlock, who's taking a moment to look at that one. Not happy to miss high. Farron Cogdill steps in with a man on. Had a very good preseason jamboree. 36-year-old rookie. 0-3 through the first 2 games. Swung at strike 1 there. Trying to get something in play. Just a two-step lead for Spangler over at first. Matlock came home with some heat for strike two. Cogdill steps out, looks, now scampers back in. 0-2. Breaking ball. No, that was, check that. That was a fastball. I was expecting a breaker. Instead, Matlock went at him hot. But Cogdill fouled it straight back to the screen. So we will do the 0-2 again. That was a breaking ball that didn't break. Cogdill ducks. Ball and 2 strikes. The belt. Slider swung on. It's a strikeout. It's number 76 in the career of Chris Matlock. He gets fair in Cogdill. It's going to put 2 outs on the board, and here's Chris Mesa, who is slumping. Trying to break out here. 24 hits for his career. About a 250 lifetime hitter with 10 runs batted in. Also some extra base power. 6 GRBL doubles in his lifetime. He was behind on the heat there from Matlock. Got him to swing for strike 1. So Mesa, 3rd year as the Locos skipper. Pretty familiar with Chris Matlock. Swings and fouls this one back. Hard telling what causes slumps sometimes. Sometimes it's just the result of overthinking. Sometimes it's underthinking. The 0-2, another fastball. Mesa pops this one. Back to get that is the second baseman, Juarez. 2 steps back on the outfield grass, hauls it in for out number 3. So the Locos put a runner on, but they strand him. That is 3 stranded runners for the Locos. We stay scoreless, headed into the 3rd. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, live and free all day long. Hey, if you haven't already, and you're an avid YouTube user, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you never miss when we are live every GRBL Sunday.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Rantzberger back with you live at US Baseball Park in Ozark, Missouri. We are scoreless, getting ready to start inning number 3 here between the Republic Locos and the Moon City Mavericks. John Bortz back out to work for Republic, so not quite yet decision time for the men in charge in this game. And not quite decision time yet for our plate umpire. I believe that's Lester Ratcliffe back there today. It is cloudy, and we've had increasing clouds over the last couple of innings. But for the moment we play on, temperature hanging right around in the mid-80s. Very humid out there. Feels like 95 down on the field. It's because the relative humidity is up at 65%. That check of the weather powered by A&L Electric. We'll keep an eye out for the barometer to fall here before too long. So the 8, 9, 10 hitters coming up for Moon City, trying to break out of a scoreless deadlock. It'll be Jacob McDaniel, then Nick Bacon, and Chris Matlock scheduled to hit for himself. McDaniel swings and misses at strike one from John Bortz. It's Jake in his third season of grip and rip ball. Predominantly a catcher, but playing first base today. He's from Springfield, Missouri, went to Kickapoo, swung and chased there. 0 for 3 on the season, does have a sacrifice fly and an RBI. So this is his fifth plate appearance. The 0-2 from John Bortz. Worked him down with a sinker, struck him out looking. McDaniel goes down, brings up Nick Bacon's second strikeout of the day for John Bortz. And Nick Bacon, 0 for 5. 16 hits in his GRBL career. On-base percentage was .258 a season ago, winning a league title with Moon City. The second championship of Nick's career. Won one in 2019 with the Henrys towing high rollers. Ooh, Bortz threw him the gas inside. Bacon swung. Bacon missed. Southerly breeze starting to kick up here. That time Bortz worked to the outside and Bacon swung at strike two. So John Bortz bringing it home against the Jefferson City, Missouri native who has a bachelor's degree in classical Latin, Nick Bacon. 1-2 coming up from Bortz. Went back in with a sinker, swing and a miss. That's back-to-back Ks for Bortz. Rolling here, set to face Chris Matlock. And I don't know about this. I mean, Chris Matlock putting a 1,000 average on the line. He's 1 for 1. But I will say, a very well-qualified infield single off of Clay Murphy is the one. So if you know your GRBL ball, that's an impressive feat. Fastball swung on, fouled back. Chris Matlock matching speeds with Bortz. Just a little late getting the barrel to the ball. Chris was 1 for 2 in 2021, 1 for 1 batting in 2022, and a bouncer goes off the glove and back to the screen, so Bortz will get a fresh baseball. 1-1 now. Bortz steps off. Looks in, has what he wants from Hazelhorst, comes set. Oh, that hit him right above the hip, and Matlock will take a slow jog down to first. Just above the fleshy part. That looked like it could have caught some hip bone, and that will probably leave a mark tomorrow. That is the second hit batsman of the season for John Bortz, and it puts a man on for Zach Ralph. So Ralph, 2 for 7, had 2 hits a week ago. Trying to get a little something rolling for Moon City. Mavericks are 0-2 for the campaign. Zach's third year with the club. Swung at the high cheese there from John Bortz for the first strike. Well, Zach Ralph wanted a full-time starting role. Spent the summer traveling back and forth to Jonesboro, Arkansas to play ball down there. Trying to get himself tuned up. This is well hit into left field. Back to get that is Jones. He settles and makes the catch for out number 3. So Tyler Jones has been a busy man out there in left field. That is his second catch of the day in 3 innings. We will go to the bottom of the third. We remain scoreless. 0-0 Mavericks and Locos. Back with more right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League.
This coffee just isn't doing it for me today.
You say that every morning.
Yeah, I just can't get my day started.
You should really try Sumit's Hot Yoga. They have early morning classes, and trust me, it wakes you up better than coffee.
Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
Now at Domino's, we're more than just hand-tossed pizza for $7.99. We're $7.99 gluten-free crust, $7.99 handmade pan crust, $7.99 Brooklyn-style crust, and $7.99 crunchy thin crust, too. Carry out 3-topping pizzas on any of Domino's 5 crusts for just $7.99 each.
Yes, indeed. Have some Lambert's Throw It Rolls going out to the fans in the crowd here at U.S. Baseball Park. Third inning. It's the thirsty third, so if you catch a foul ball and return it, and you're 21 and older, you get a free brewski, which is not a bad deal whatsoever. And it's also the throw it roll inning, so could catch a hot roll. Chris Matlock back to work. Batter will be John Mccaskill. He's the number 10 hitter in the Republic lineup. He's the designated hitter, also the backup catcher. But getting a look here as a DH, Mccaskill went to Springfield Catholic High School in Springfield, Missouri. He's 28 years old. Went to Rockhurst. Played a year of baseball at Rockhurst. And then said, you know what, I think I'm going to pursue this law degree. And so concentrated on his academics after that. He is 0 for 2 for the campaign with a strikeout and a walk. Matlock comes at him with a high slider. Up and out of the zone for a ball. Long look in at Easter's sign. Another breaking pitch. That one's a strike, so 1-2 to Mccaskill. Scoreless here, bottom of the third. Mavericks and Locos. Another breaking pitch. Mccaskill caught up to that one and sent it back to the screen. I think he was right in his thinking of waiting for the breaking pitch. Just didn't get the barrel to it. Another 1-2. Another breaker on the outer half. Mccaskill sends this one by, a diving Joseph Juarez. So the first base hit of John Mccaskill's career. Gets a little fist bump. And congratulations from the first base coach, Chandler Veet. Nice piece of hitting there for Mccaskill, staying in the hunt. And on a 2-strike pitch, got it past the pitcher, past the second baseman, and out into center field. So Mccaskill is on for Caleb Cole. 0 for 1 today. So 2 for 7, showed bunt. Ball was up and out of the zone. Easter thought about a throw, but the exchange wasn't quite what he needed to make that happen. 3-step lead for Mccaskill over at first. Caleb Cole. Again, setting up to bunt, and they run one in. Just saw a couple of raindrops. Not liking that visual too much. Again, we knew we had about a 40% chance for rain. That was not supposed to come until about 1 o'clock, so perhaps this system moving a little faster than anticipated. But for the moment, we play on. 1-1 for Caleb Cole. Now here's a check throw over to first. Mccaskill back in plenty of time. Matlock comes set from the belt. Cole again shows bunt. And again a check throw. Not in time. Should be 1-2. Not sure what Caleb's trying to do here. Well, the umpire just showed 2-1, so I will correct myself. Another check throw. They're really worried about John Mccaskill. Over at first base, the Loco runner. Does represent a go-ahead run in a scoreless ball game. Matlock comes home. Cole again showed bunt, then pulled it back, kept it on his shoulder. And now 3 balls to Caleb Cole. So Chris Matlock steps off, takes the long spinning walk around. He gathers himself. Cole back in the box, and here we go. Matlock, deep breath. Comes, set, and delivers. A slider. Cole swings on this one. It's slapped into left field. So back-to-back hits for the Locos to get us going in the bottom of the 3rd. And a man moves into scoring position. Trent Simpson is going to be the batter. "26-year-old loan officer from Springfield, Missouri." Excellent opportunity for the Locos with the runner Mccaskill up at second base. Nobody out. Just anything to the right side of the infield would put Republic in business here. Matlock just caught the outer half against the lefty Simpson for a called strike. Tried the same thing, did not get the same result. It's 1-1. 2-seam ran out. Well, seeing a few umbrellas go up, but no one's making the mad dash for cover just yet. Kind of have one ominous-looking cloud above the stadium right now. Two and one. Matlock looks back at Mccaskill, now comes home with the slider. Simpson late getting to it. That's tailing foul. Up out of play on the lower concourse, third base side. Well, for the moment, we continue to play on 2-2 to Simpson. Matlock deals. That is slapped. Zach Ralph dives. Can't come up with it. Locos will hold the runner at third. Thought about it. Nice job by Nick Bacon to get the ball back into the infield in time to keep a run off the board. But that is now 3 singles in a row for Republic, stringing them together against the veteran Matlock. So nobody out. Bases are juiced. Cole Hazelhorst steps in. And he is hitless. Flied out to the center fielder Joe Emery last time. So 0 for 7 for the season, but an excellent opportunity to break the slump here. Slider swung on, fouled back. Cole lives in Springfield. He's a student training to be a commercial pilot, but originally from Woodstock, Georgia. He's sponsored by Hazelhorst Properties. That is his grandparents' business in Springfield, Missouri. They run rental property. Matlock comes set, came home with the fastball, and Hazelhorst was behind it. So 0-2. Back into the box he goes. Chris Matlock trying to get an out on the board with the bases loaded. Infielders are in. He missed to the outside. A few more droplets falling from above. Not really enough to be significant just yet, but I think it's coming. The 1-2, that's way outside. Easter reaches out and stabs. That evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matlock from the belt. Slider on the inner half. Hazelhorst sends that above the screen. Hey, that's a free beer for somebody. It is the thirsty 3rd inning after all. Might be a good way to enjoy the rain delay that could be coming up in this game with a nice brewski. So the situation, bases loaded, nobody out, 2-2 count, scoreless game, and Hazelhorst sends that one. Oh, the shortstop Welsh could not catch it. That's into the outfield. Bacon, the left fielder, fires home. Easter with a block, and then the ball ricochets away, allowing another run to score. That's Caleb Cole, and it's 2-0 Locos on a mistake on the infield for Moon City. And that officially gets scored as an error. I might even be tempted to go back and look at that one again. You know, that through the glove, one of those could go either way. For the moment, we'll pencil that in as an E6. But the bottom line is it is 2-0. Locos have broken the deadlock. Now Daniel England, the Moon City skip, out to have a word with his pitcher. So still nobody out. Runners are at first and second when we resume this. Now some activity is reliever Gabe Rendelman headed down to the Moon City bullpen to start to get loose, as is another reliever, Anthony Musser. So activity abound for Moon City. We will keep it here as the conference on the mound breaks up. That's a Phoenix Home Care and Hospice mound visit. But it looks like we will stay live. Phoenix Home Health, a new beginning for your home health care. While we're at it, I'll say a big thank you to our title sponsor, Henry's Towing. When you're in need of roadside assistance, remember to make that call to Let Henry Do It, or go to lethenrydoit.com. And now the commissioner on the field, Tony Lewis, has just put both arms in the air. That means we are on the lightning clock. So some lightning off to our south and a little bit to the east. I saw that back a few batters ago, but I just didn't want to say it out loud. But the commissioner saw it, and so therefore time has been called. That will officially start a 30-minute clock, so the time is 12:47 for the moment. That means the earliest we could get going again is going to be 1:17 p.m. here in the Central Time Zone. So 2-0 is our score, and that may also change this game for both clubs. Is that 30-minute delay. Don't want to let a pitcher perhaps get cold or then go through the process of warming up again. A little bit of risk there. I hate that for John Bortz, who's been pitching very well for the Republic Locos, protecting a 2-0 lead, and he went 3. May or may not have been slotted to do some more for Republic, but players being ushered off of the playing surface, man, you hate to see that. It is a lightning delay. Well, what we will do to entertain you here on the broadcast is cue up a little look back at 2021, where the 2021 champions were the Moon City Mavericks. We talked things over with some of the more interesting characters from that club on an episode of the Burger Bites podcast right here, right now.
He has been remarkable. Murphy gets some deals, swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that is one small step for Dan, one giant leap for the Moon City Mavericks. Daniel England is Mr. 5-time. Clay Murphy throws 20 scoreless innings. Got the big strikeout there to cap off a monumental 2021 season. He is, without question, our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game.
It's Mr. Burger. It's Mr. Burger. That's all it's Mr. Burger. It's Mr. Burger. That's all stop, put the beat off.
Burger.
Burger Bites is recorded on location in Ozark, Missouri, and presented on Anchor. The views expressed on Burger Bites are not necessarily those of the staff and ownership of the Grip and Rip Baseball League. Enjoy the show.
Clay Murphy, Cole Hazelhorst, Jacob Carlson, Zach Ralph, Justin Loudon, Tyler Jones, Matt Spangler, Brandon Freeman, Nick Bacon, Devin Braswell, BJ Gates, Jerry Kelly, Jacob Smith, Hunter Altick, and manager Daniel England. These are the 2021 Moon City Mavericks, the 6th winners of the Howard Bell Trophy and the champions of the Grip and Rip Baseball League. The GRBL is a collection of amateur players in Southwest Missouri. For 10 weekends a year, software consultants, insurance adjusters, engineers, lawyers, and finance workers become ace pitchers, clutch hitters, and stylish fielders. At the end of October, about 15 of them are crowned champions. The 2021 Moon City Mavericks celebrated a championship with a record of 8 wins against a single defeat. They were the first team to ever win 8 games in a single GRBL season, and they posted 2 shutouts along the way. About a month later, I rounded up some of the key contributors for a Zoom call, and we reflected on the fun and success of the Mavericks season. I could have drawn any 4 names out of a hat and had a great show, but here is today's lineup. Second baseman Matt Spangler won his 3rd championship and had a career-high 9 hits in 8 games. Rookie pitcher Devin Braswell threw 20 1/3 innings. He struck out 24, walked 8, and had an earned run average of 1.77. Left fielder Tyler Jones led the league with 14 hits, 12 runs batted in, and a .424 batting average, and a grand slam home run in August that we still talk about all the time. Pitcher Clay Murphy's final tally was 20 innings pitched, with 8 hits and no runs allowed. He struck out 26 batters and didn't walk anybody. His ERA was a perfect 0.00. And there's the captain of Moon City's one-way rocket to glory, Daniel England. It was the first championship of his managerial career, but his 5th overall in 6 seasons of Grip and Rip baseball. We started by picking up with the championship game, the 6th appearance for Tyler Jones in 6 attempts. Even though TJ holds the record for most appearances on the GRBL's biggest stage, he fed off the energy of youngsters like Cole Hazelhorst and Zach Ralph.
I remember Zach and Cole just really excited and kind of pumped me up to play. And then seeing the guys who hadn't won before, like some of the rookies like Devin, some of the vets like BJ and Jacob, just made it feel so much better for me. So then I was on a high, but then I had to get back to real life. I had to play like 2 days later. But I see a couple of videos here and there and just have fun, see a couple guys in public.
How about you, Clay? You finished the 0-0 ERA season. What have you been up to since?
Climbing roofs, doing the old adjuster game, I guess. Trying to decide if I want to get fat and out of shape or lock in and set some goals for next year. I think I told my wife, the goal for next year is to touch 90. So I'm in between that spot of, do I want to relax or do I want to kind of start getting at? Unfortunately, it's been more on the relaxed side, but, that'll change soon, I'm sure. Once we get past the holidays, I think we'll get after it a little bit more. But just a lot of roof climbing and a lot of Zoom meetings for me.
For the record, when you say 90, are you talking about the 90 feet between home plate and first, or are you talking about 90 miles per hour?
I would like to make it 90 feet without getting deadly out of breath, but no, I'm going for 90 miles an hour next year. I feel like, that's an attainable goal if I can get in shape and, work out a little bit and get after it. So why not try?
I thought he was talking about 90 pounds, gaining 90 pounds.
So Matt, what about you? You've done this before. You've won championships. How long do you just sit around and bask in it?
Well, I mean, I would be lying if I didn't watch that video, about 30, 40, 50 times because, it's a tremendous job of being able to see that video and the work that was put into it. But otherwise, just going back to the grind life, 2 girls, a wife, work, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, you ride the high for that week and then, you're still going to look back on it and memories and everything like that. But at the same time, life occurs. But definitely look forward to the next season and getting back out there because, I mean, you just miss it. It's the same way as watching World Series and that kind of stuff. You realize baseball season's over. You kind of get that sad feeling to realize that you're just counting down the days until the next season starts again.
How about you, Devin Braswell? This is your first off season. So, I mean, what has your first off season in the GRBL been like thus far?
Yeah, I mean, so that being my rookie campaign, obviously, that was a super high win in the championship. That wasn't something that I went into this expecting to do. I just wanted to get out there and play a little bit. So for that to be the end result was pretty amazing. Obviously, myself and my family really enjoyed it. So we've been riding high. The kids have been loving it. You know, we spent definitely that first week, you know, talking about the season a lot. So, I mean, I told you a little bit earlier, Rance, that since the season ended, I changed jobs actually, like right at the very end of the year. So I actually spent the last couple weeks just chilling, working around the house, trying to get things right around here. And then just got into my new job last week. So things have been good.
As an athlete, you know, how do you deal with the come down from, you know, such a happy moment, you know, winning a championship? It's the apex of our league. So, you know, what is that like psychologically to pick your everyday life up again?
Yeah, I mean, for me, go ahead, TJ, you go.
Oh, it sucks. You just have so much fun on Sundays, seeing your guys all the time. You just having fun, and then next thing you know, you gotta work, and then I don't get a Thursday text from Dan anymore with a line with my name on it.
Mm-hmm.
Wake up Sundays, I'm gonna see Clay in the dugout acting a fool. What's the name? Fruit Stacks. I ain't got no fruit stacks no more. I miss it. So it's like a hole.
Yeah, I second that. I mean, we've gotten in such a good routine. We spent the better part of 3 months there bonding really well. So I think definitely missing those kinds of things for sure.
Yeah, I miss that dugout life, being able to just shoot the crap for those PG users.
2-2 now. Mountain Ducks down to their final strike. This is it. Justin Loudon, the Mavericks first baseman. I have no idea what advice he might have on pitching. Whatever it was short.
This is Roger Dorn type advice.
Strike this guy out. Here we go.
Yeah, that's the TV version.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Clay Murphy. This is his 20th inning of work on the season. He has been remarkable. Murphy kicks and deals, swing and a miss. He struck him out.
And, just have some fun. And, whatever weird thing Loudon's going to say to me on the mound, I miss that. I love the look of worry I get to put on Dan's face every time I make a throwing error at short. And I do definitely miss getting out there and playing. I missed it so bad I texted the buddy the other day who I played in a basketball league with just to see if he needed a fill-in every now and then because I had the itch to compete a little bit. So it's going to be a long 9 months.
What about you, Matt? I mean, I know this is not, your first time ringing that bell, but, there's got to be a little bit of a come down where the air kind of comes out of the ball, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, like Devin pointed out, it's 3 months. So, I mean, you bond, you build these relationships and you have fun. And like they talked about with joking around in the dugouts and stuff, I mean, just the camaraderie and the brotherhood that you just kind of build. And then, obviously the ultimate high, which is winning the championship and, being blessed to do so. Because I was, thinking about it in some instances, there's some guys from the original 60 that still haven't, even won a championship yet. And that England, myself, TJ, and some of the other ones have already won, multiple ones. So it's just taking appreciative of it. But then at the same time, life is still there where you still got to go back to work and do all the rest of the stuff. But it's definitely enjoying it and being thankful.
Daniel, I know the situation might be a little bit different for you. There's a secret text message group where it's the 6 managers and the commissioner. I'm not really privy to what goes on with that, but is that staying hot right now?
No, it's it really cooled off after the probably the play-in games. Yeah, I haven't seen a text from those guys in a while, so we haven't talked about anything. I think, especially for Tony, I think it's it's downtime for him. Take a breath and kind of forget about it and get back to his family and his regular job. But I was thinking about that today. I'm getting ready to pump Mesa and see if when he wants to start the winter workout. So I can't remember when we started the last time, Rance. Was it before Thanksgiving? It was pretty quick, wasn't it?
It was sometime in December, I think. But I think I think the enthusiasm's a little higher this time. At least it feels that way. What about just you, mentally? Are you, is it too early to start thinking about the 2022 draft? Are you pouring through your notes? Are you spinning the wheels as to what you might do?
No, it's never too early. I was thinking about that. I was walking up the stairs after we rang the bell. So, yeah, I think about it all the time.
Well, Clay, let's flip it back to you. You were coming off of a year, 2020, you won the league MVP, had a whole ton of individual accolades. And you still picked up individual success in 2021. I want to know, just from your standpoint, what was it like balancing the individual success you have, in an adjusted role with the Mavericks, and at the same time, you've got team goals on what turned out to be a championship winning team?
As far as the adjusting side of it, I was happy to not have to, throw 5. You got guys going out there like Devin and Jake just carving, and I'm sitting back there at short, like, sweet. Makes my life easier. I get to chill and hang out and, play shortstop and hit a little bit more. And I found a new love for playing defense and being in the field a little bit more this year. And, that was fun for me. And as far as the team goals, when we had our first podcast around us, the biggest goal this year was to win it again. Now that we've accomplished that, I want a three-peat. The individual accolades for me are awesome. I was pumped to be able to do some of those things, but there's still nothing better than ringing the bell and that champagne shower. Second time around was just as good, if not better, than the first. And I can't imagine what a 3-for will be like. So, that's kind of the goal now. But I'd be lying if I said, when it got second and third and 2 outs there in that last inning, I was like, I'm going to give up a run in the last inning of the year. This is how it's going to happen. But I was thinking about it, but then Loudon came over there and cracked some major league joke and calmed me down a little bit and got locked in. So ringing the bell, that's all that matters for me right now. I love it.
Good. Yeah. Well, nothing fancy there. That was a strikeout. Okay. Gas from Clay Murphy gets King Owens. It's Murph's first strikeout of the day. Number 23 for him on the season.
TJ, kind of something along those lines to you as well. You're Mr. Gripple Crown, and I know you went into that first game feeling like you had something to prove based off of what you did individually in 2020. So in the middle of the 2021 season, at what point did you think to yourself, man, this feels good. This feels different?
I mean, honestly, in the beginning, I just wasn't thinking. I was just having fun. I really didn't know my numbers. I was just being out there. Me playing second base was a complete joke to me, and I had fun. England threw me a left field. People thought I was going to be mad. I was just having fun, be bad 6-0. It didn't really hit me until after the Grand Slam because people started treating me a lot different. And I was like, oh, okay, this kind of sucks. A lot of curveballs. The zone getting a little bit bigger. But it just felt great, honestly, to not suck anymore because 2020 was a bad year. And be able to contribute. Because I've been in every championship, but I feel like some years I didn't contribute. So me being a big force on the team felt good.
So Devin, your situation was a little bit different. For you being a rookie, just first of all, what was it like for you to put on a uniform and just have the experience of playing baseball again?
That was an amazing experience. I mean, you think right now I'm 34, haven't really played competitively at all since I was 22. Pretty much just hung up the cleats. My kids don't necessarily gravitate towards baseball. They're more soccer and basketball, so it's not something I've done. But, stumbled across the league and got really lucky and fortunate to take part in it this year. So, yeah, putting on a uniform again, getting back out there and competing, and then just being around guys like our team had, just a whole slew of characters. It was fantastic. I couldn't have hoped for a better outcome.
I hope we're on the same team next year because I don't want to have to hit that changeup. Back there at short, every time I saw the 4 go down, I was like, oh, here we go. Here's somebody out on their front foot. It was fun to watch, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, listen, if you and I can eat up 9 innings together, I'm fine with that too. So let's go.
That's worse.
So DJ, I'm sure your experience evolved, as the Mavericks season went on and as those wins came on. So was there ever a point where you kind of shifted gears from I'm happy to be playing baseball to we've got a chance here and I'm competing now?
Yeah. I mean, coming into the league, my initial thought was just, gosh, if I can get 1 inning a game, if I can get somebody to just, give me a chance to plug in there and play a little bit, that'd be great. I had no expectations towards, what my ERA was going to be, whether I was going to start. be relief, close, any of that kind of stuff. I just want to get out there and play. So, you know, the way Dan structures the game and then gives you opportunities early on in the season really helped me out. It gave me a chance to kind of just get the wheels turning again. And then next thing you know, we're, you know, 3 or 4 weeks into the season, and, you know, I caught a bit of a rhythm, and I got to where I could throw 3 innings, and then things just started working. And then I got a little more command of my pitches. Cole had learned me really well, and took control of the games, and everything just worked from there on out. So, I mean, it was great.
Braswell again went to the curve. That got Blim on strikes. So the Mountain Ducks put one into scoring position, but Devin Braswell fires his 3rd shutout inning of this Sunday.
And Matt, you weren't a rookie, but you were coming off of a gap year. So, yeah, you know, what did it mean to you to just get out and play some GRBL baseball again?
It's something, you know, it's something you can't put really into words or anything. I mean, it's, you know, a lot of us, obviously, and that's the reason Tony started the league was, you know, we grew up playing baseball. This is the game we love, and it's always that hole you're missing. So, you know, I think what the best decision in evaluating it was just having our, you know, youngest daughter Avery in 2019. So it was going into that. And there was a lot of uncertainty and stuff. So, I mean, we just took that decision to sit out last year, but to get back out there and to be, 1, playing the game that I love, but 2, being, again, going back to that camaraderie and having those relationships. And I think, you know, Rance, you and I have talked about it in interviews before. I mean, it's always so crazy to me that the short season, you have different age groups, and yet somehow common goal, objective with baseball and all this can bring it together, and where guys can, you know, just click together. And, you know, obviously props to England for, he always does a tremendous job of selecting the right players that mesh well and puts the team together. And you obviously see how, you know, played out for us this year.
Well, and, you know, Matt, you've played on championship teams before, and you've played with Daniel England a lot before. I know, you know, he kind of knew the formula. If he wanted to win a championship, he needed to get Matt Spangler. But, you know, with all of the success team-wise you have experienced, you know, do you still go through that uncertainty, that feeling out period in the beginning of a season when a team is coming together?
Oh, sure. I mean, but to me, you know, England, when you had the meetings, stuff like that, of course you build confidence, and England was like, you know, immediately was, you know, we have a chance, and basically a really good shot of winning this. But I think to me was after the first 2 games when we were down, I think against the Knicks and Suckers in game 1, and then game 2, I think we played the Springfield Mets, and we were down. And, you know, obviously TJ hit that huge grand slam, put us ahead, fell down again, but we just kept battling back. And, you know, at that point, I knew that I was like, we're good, you know, and this is going to be, and it proved dividends too, because I mean, of course, it does help when you got Clay, the cheat code Murphy, and, you know, he's coming in at the back end, that all you have to do is just get a 1-2 run lead, and, you know, you can throw him in there. Obviously, the rest is history.
And Daniel, you know, I know you walked out of the draft room confident in what you had put together, but, you know, really, at what point did you figure out you had something really special with this group of Mavericks?
I think I knew we had, you know, a real good shot of winning it when we really had a pitching rotation and it got set. You know, we were kind of there for a while. We flip-flopped Jacob and Devin with the start. But I think that when we got to where Devin was starting, Jacob was coming in and then Clay was coming in. And we were doing that, you know, routinely. Then that's when we, I thought, started really clicking. And the lineup, I don't think our lineup changed 1 through 7 since the first game. So I knew we had a really good lineup. And, you know, we had Loudon and BJ, Brandon Freeman, and they kind of worked that 7, 8, 9, or 8, 9, 10 slot. But 1 through 7, it was pretty much set from day one. And it just all clicked. And like I said, when I think the pitching rotation got set, that's when I knew we had a real good shot, because all 3 of those guys were throwing really well. And I don't know if there's ever been in the history of the GRBL where the same 3 guys combined for 2 shutouts in the season. So it was a great rotation.
Yeah, no, shutouts are incredibly rare. So to get 1 is quite special. To get 2 is nuts. You know, you guys did things I never thought I would see. So serious hats off to that. You know, Daniel, I've heard 3 different members of your team now talk about your initial address to the club on draft night and talk about just how inspired they were and how much confidence you projected. What do you remember about what you said to the guys that night?
Not much. I introduced myself. We introduced the new guys. Just told them that, we got a good team and we should be able to put something together, and, we're going to be a contender. And, I expect to win. I expect to win it all. I'd done it, 4 times prior, last season, 2020 season. We didn't get there, but we had a good team that year. But this year, I just told them we had a really good team and a great shot of getting there. I mean, I really stole some players in the draft. I felt like Tyler Jones, Matt Spangler, and of course, Jacob Smith. He's a guy that I think he's just a steal. If you look at your draft paper and he's sitting there, then you need to take him. And of course, Devin Braswell turned out to be a hell of a pick. And I remember after the draft, Kevin Robertson came up to me and said, "Hey, I appreciate you drafting Devin and giving him a shot." And I said, "Yeah, we'll just we'll see how it goes and see what he does." And he did phenomenal. So next year it'll be a little different. I'm sure everybody's stock's going up a little bit.
Yeah, so Devin Braswell, just for the record, guys, had a scoreless month. The final 4 games you played, it was 12 scoreless innings. So yeah, I don't think he's going to fall to a late round again. I don't know how that's going to go. But yeah, I thought the same thing. Just looking at the spreadsheet, and especially hindsight being what it is, I was like, yeah, Daniel got some guys who should not have fallen as far as they did. But hindsight being what it is, I'm sure those guys were glad to ring the bell. So I'll just kind of throw this out to anybody who wants to dive on it. I've heard the name Justin Fruit Snacks Loudon thrown around a few times. But, just tell me, what was the most unintentionally hilarious, or it can even be intentionally hilarious thing that happened? What's one of your funniest Mavericks memories from 2021?
Every second somebody was doing something weird. From Zach to Cole to Loudon, Clay would say something weird. I was running Spangler joke by accident.
Freeman being Freeman.
Oh, yeah. 2 years of Freeman.
All right, so yeah, when you say Freeman does weird stuff, what's an example? What's a weird thing that Freeman does?
He just says weird stuff to me all the time.
He's one of the smarter people in the dugout. So, and I think he knows it. So he's very good at saying stuff and then coming back around and you're still thinking about the first thing he said. And then he starts laughing about it because he just sees that dazed look on your face. I always thought it was funny too, because playing short with Spangler at second, every time a runner got on first, he'd give me the glove up with either mouth open for me or mouth closed for him. But the first 2 weeks, I just could not grasp it. Every single time he would do it with his mouth open and point at me, like, you or me. And it was like that the rest of the year. It was just like a little, almost like an inside joke at that point. But I don't even know if he realized he was doing it. But every time he did it, I'd crack up because I was like, yeah, I know what that means. But whatever.
When you get thrown in and you're, adjusting to how you communicate, because everybody's not have the same page in terms of that. But yeah, I think we get it because it was one of those of us looking at each other and being like, trying to, get on the same page. But it was good. It was fun. We were poking at each other pretty good.
Honestly, I think the confusion for me was because when growing up, it was opposite. So mouth open was you and mouth closed was me. So every time I'm sitting there thinking okay, which one is it again? Yeah. I just want to, you, right? Yeah.
You.
So Devin, did Fruit Snacks Loudon ever come over and say something classy and inspirational to you in the middle of an inning?
Yeah, not so much. There wasn't a lot of classy stuff coming out of his mouth, but definitely motivational. That guy, he's somebody you want on your team because he's a glue guy. He made everybody on our team better. So just by having fun with us. So he was a blast to be around for sure.
And offering other people fruit snacks when they got on base.
Yeah.
So the Fruit Snacks left the dugout and made their way to the playing surface. I did not know.
Yeah, it was in his back pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and when the runners would get on, he was offering fruit snacks to different people.
Well, it was a reward. Oh, you get a hit, you get a fruit snack. I'm like, yeah, I got a fruit snack. does. I used to steal some every once in a while. I'm like, all right, he's not looking. We'll take this first snap.
You know, Devin, we've talked about Cole Hazelhorst a little bit, but I know like that was a guy you dealt with a little more personally. You know, I get the impression that he's a little bit of a character, but you know, what was it like building a rapport with the young man as your season went on?
Yeah, I mean, Cole's one of those guys that you come into the season, I didn't expect myself to bond with Cole a whole lot. I mean, he's young, he's 21. I wouldn't say we have a whole ton in common, but the more I chatted with that guy, the more I loved him. And he, it really helped me stay centered whenever I would, especially early on in the year, I was a little more wild than I was the second half. So just trying to find my groove, really bonded with Cole. And I did my best to try to keep him, as even-tempered as he could too, because he's a firecracker, and we needed that dude to be that guy for us a lot of times. So I appreciate that out of Cole, but I tried to be there for him too. So as much as he was for me. So really like Cole, love Cole.
So Daniel, I've heard a lot of the guys say things like, Daniel England's the most laid-back manager I've ever played for, or, Daniel England's the most fun manager I've ever played for. And you've told me a lot about, it's important to let the guys have fun. Was there ever a point where you were just pretending maybe that something wasn't happening in your dugout, or trying to, maybe the fun got a little bit out of hand?
No, there was no out of hand fun. Like Loudon, he'll send me a text and he'll refer to me as coach or something like that. And the first thing I say is I'm not a coach. All of these guys have way more baseball experience than I ever had, so I just manage. And for me, I know most of the guys. I know what they can do. I know where they belong on the field, and I just put them there to let them do their thing. For instance, like Clay. I mean, I'd never played with Clay. I called him up and I said, "Hey, you want to pitch first and play the field second, or do you want to play the field first and pitch later?" He said, "Well, I prefer to play in the field first, helps me get warm, and then pitch later." Okay, fine, then that's what you're doing. So, I just kind of let them tell me what they want to do, and put them there and let them go. And I think when everybody plays loose and knows what to expect, then everybody has a good time, and that's what happened this year. I think. Tyler Jones, man. I think the first game of the season, you started second base, didn't you? Very first game.
I think so.
Yeah. So
First, second.
Nobody expected that at all. So I just think that just let them do what they're going to do and put them in a position to excel, and everybody's going to have a good time.
I don't lie to you, that actually terrified me the first time I saw that. And it was the second game because I remember we had to play Brock. I'm like, he's going to pull something so hard at me. I don't enjoy this. So I was terrified. I didn't tell anybody. I was crying. I didn't sleep well that night before. I'm going to die.
Once we got down towards the end of the season, I like to have momentum. So I want all the guys playing where they're supposed to be. We got the pitching rotation, everybody hitting in the lineup where they're supposed to be. Because I want to have momentum going into the semifinals and the finals.
Coming up on a future episode of Burger Bites, we continue looking back with the Moon City Mavericks, including personal highlights from all the guys, the legacy of the team that put together the single winningest season in GRBL history, and some odds and ends. Until then, I'm Rance Berger. Good night from Ozark, Missouri.
A little bit of Moon City Mavericks outfielder Nick Bacon and the Endless Summer bringing us back live. Yes, that song called Satellites charted in Japan. It was a legitimate commercial success for the group, so go out and find Satellites by the Endless Summer on your streaming platform of choice. It is not, however, on Apple Music. So back live here at US Baseball Park, where the rain is continuing to fall, and what we're really in is a lightning delay. The last instance in which lightning was observed by the officials up here in the press box was at 1:11 p.m. So that means the earliest that we could resume this game between the Moon City Mavericks and the Republic Locos will be 1:41 p.m. Again, these times are central. So that check of the weather powered by A&L Electric. The good news is that once this passes over, while we would have a lingering chance for some scattered thunderstorms throughout the rest of the afternoon, our conditions stand to improve rather dramatically and should allow us, knock on wood and all that, to proceed with our Sunday doubleheader. So by 3 p.m., the rain should be gone. We will stay mostly cloudy. Temperatures will conveniently drop down to 79 degrees, but they will warm back up to today's afternoon high of 86. It will stay rather humid throughout the early to mid-afternoon, and winds will stay out of the south. So right now we're just waiting for 141 to arrive on the clock, and then we should be able to get back underway. It's a good thing about having the artificial playing surface is there's not any major drainage needed to speak of, so should get back underway. And after conferring a little bit during the break with Commissioner Tony Lewis, the plan is to go ahead and finish out 3 9-inning games today on our Sunday triple, if at all possible. Quick check of the standings just to remind everybody where we're at. So the Republic Locos at 1-1 are atop the GRBL North Division, where the Springfield Metropolitans are also 1-1. However, Republic 1-0 in the division. Mets are 1-1 in the division, having lost to Republic. So if heaven forbid the season ended today, the Locos would clinch the #1 overall spot in the North. Moon City sits at 0-2. They are 0-1 in the division standings. Down in the South Division, 2 unbeatens are set to go. That 3 o'clock start is not going to happen. We're probably looking at more like a 3:40 p.m. first pitch, tentatively, between the Ozark Mountain Ducks and the Nixa Suckers. Both of those clubs, 2 wins against no defeats, and they're both 1-0 in the South Division. Branson Showman, who we'll see later tonight, again, everything pushed back at least 40 minutes, maybe more like an hour, so we could be looking at about a 7 o'clock p.m. first pitch for baseball night in the Ozarks. Showman are 0-2, and they are 0-2 in the division with losses to both the Suckers and the Mountain Ducks. So that is where the GRBL standings are at right now. And again, we are waiting until 1:41 p.m. here in the Central Time Zone, where hopefully we will clear the lightning clock and get back underway. It is 2-0. Republic Locos have the lead, batting in the bottom of the third. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. They strung together singles from John Mccaskill, Caleb Cole, and Trent Simpson. And then what is scored as an error charge to the shortstop off the bat of Cole Hazelhorst scored 2 runs. So 2-0 is the score. Bottom of the third. Conferred briefly with both managers down on the field. We're going to take a wait-and-see approach to see whether or not John Bortz will come back into the game for Republic and whether or not Chris Matlock will return for the Moon City Mavericks. So that is all to be determined. But right now we're waiting for 1:41 in the Central Time Zone, where we hope to get back underway. Until then, we will continue our look back at the 2021 GRBL Championship won by the Moon City Mavericks.
It's Mr. Burger. It's Mr. Burger. That's all my name. It's Mr. Burger. It's Mr. Burger. That's all my name. Stop. Cut the beat off.
Burger.
Burger Bites is recorded on location in Ozark, Missouri, and presented on Anchor. The views expressed on Burger Bites are not necessarily those of the staff and ownership of the Grip and Rip Baseball League. Enjoy the show.
Welcome back to Burger Bites Podcast, and welcome to part 2 of my roundtable discussion with the champions, the 2021 Moon City Mavericks. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Rance Berger. The Moon City Mavericks are named for the brief tale of 2 cities that was Springfield, Missouri, up until 1887, when Moon City merged with Springfield to become the city we know today. But back in the 1860s, some of the townsfolk got into a heated dispute over the expansion of the Atlantic Railroad through Missouri. Springfield represented the old town, the hoity-toity, the establishment. Moon Cityans to the north liked to thumb their noses at the conventional. They named their splinter town after the alleged remarks by the Springfield mayor, who said the railroad company would just as soon put a depot on the moon before it put a depot in Springfield. In 1870, the mayor ate his words. By 1887, the dust had settled, and the voters of Springfield and Moon City voted to merge into one Springfield. Today, Moon City is a 10-block art district and business district in northern Springfield. It still celebrates the unconventional, just like the Moon City Mavericks of 2021 defied conventional thinking of the Grip and Rip Baseball League. They were the first team to win 8 of their 9 games in a single season. Instead of relying on one ace to carry the pitching staff, manager Daniel England divided innings evenly among 2 unheralded pitchers, Devin Braswell and Jacob Smith, and he saved his ace, Clay Murphy, to be the team's closer rather than the starter. He kept Tyler Jones batting in the 6th spot, despite Jones leading the league in hits, average, RBI, and home runs, because the 6th spot at the order became a place of superstition. This is the second part of a roundtable discussion I had with Mavericks manager Daniel England, left fielder Tyler Jones, second baseman Matt Spangler, and pitchers Devin Braswell and Clay Murphy. We start out by asking them to share their favorite highlights from the championship-winning season. It was a question that England jumped on right away.
Well, for me, it's going to be the Grand Slam. I mean, it was amazing just to stand there at third base and watch it all unfold. TJ's bat getting through the zone, the crack of the bat, and just watching the ball fly over the fence and just kind of in disbelief, like, man, he just hit the ball over the damn wall with the bases. What, are you kidding me?
Ooh, Tyler Jones turned on that one hard. That is over the head of the right fielder. Gone. That is gone. A grand slam home run for Tyler Jones. Oh, yep. There's the fourth one. Yep. They were loaded. That is a granny. Tyler Jones, are you kidding me?
What a better guy for that to happen to as
Tyler
well.
Jones just took 1 yard, a grand slam, and the Mavericks are in the lead 5-4.
And watch him run the bases. I mean, that was definitely the highlight for me.
There you go, Tyler.
Yeah, that was,
now you can't say your own grand slam.
Sure he can.
Probably got to say it. Grand slam. I didn't know I hit it. I'm not going to lie to you. I was thinking double or triple because everyone knows Skylar Henson has my number. So I was like, let me just get a basic. I think we were down by a couple of runs. So I just wanted to make something good happen. And then I never saw the ball go over. I just remember Dan going crazy. So I'm like in shock, like, what is going on here? So I pimped it like I knew what I was doing. I had no idea what was happening. But,
I'm pretty sure that ball was still going up. It went over the set.
Yeah. No, it was a legit bomb. It was nice to be on the on deck circle and enjoying it, and then failing to realize that I had to follow it, and then go, what am I supposed to do?
So it made my lie a lot harder to say. I used to text them, I'm just a single or double hitter off Hardee's and Wendy's diet, and nobody believed me after that. I couldn't say it.
Oh.
On that note, Spanky, I'll tell you what you do is you duck because Skylar threw the very next pitch at your head.
That he did. That he did.
He sure did.
That was an absolute rocket. Skylar Henson responds by throwing one over the head of Matt Spangler. So I think he's a little shook.
So he hated me for it, but then he came back with that strikeout. So
yeah, he did ring you up one more time for old time's sake. So Matt, other than getting out of the way of a baseball screaming at your head, did you have a play that you're going to remember forever?
I'm trying to think of a play. I mean, obviously winning the championship was great. I think I'd stick with that same game that I think I hit the go right single to put us up by 1. I think we ended up scoring a couple more runs, but I think that game just solidified confidence in myself. I think at that point of saying, okay, I took the year off, but I still got it, because once you square up a couple balls and then barrel them, you feel good, and then just bodes that confidence. And from there, it's a good building block.
And Rope looks back at the runner now. Comes home. This is lined. That is trouble. Into right field it goes. A single for Matt Spangler. They send one. He scores. Mavericks lead 7-6 as Jacob Carlson comes across on the RBI from Matt Spangler.
Just kind of go from there. And so I think that just kind of, one, for the team confidence, but for myself also, too, just of saying, okay, I still got it. I'm getting older. I took a year off, but the swing's still there.
DJ, nobody has given a defensive highlight yet. You got anything?
Any defensive highlights for me? I don't think so. You're not going to get any. So, I mean, maybe on the team, gosh, I can't. Oh, my gosh, Zach Ralph's diving play at short was amazing. That was one to remember for sure.
And whoa, a hot shot liner. Zach Ralph flying through the air and making the catch. York's no choice but to just stand and applaud.
Thank you, Zach. Saved me there.
Yeah, that was amazing. on a personal level, it was just having family out there. On a real note, like my kids have never seen me play ball like that. I talk about it a lot, but it's really hard to put into true context until you get out there and your kids see you play ball on the field. So it's a little bit different. Having my dad out there again, he traveled the country, the South, watching me play ball in college. Getting to have him out there and watch me play again was something special. So that was the best part of it for me, for sure.
Shoot, I think, honestly, personally, for me, my first hit of the year, like 4 games in, I think, I'm sitting there in the 2-hole like, when is he going to drop me out of here? Good Lord. But, that first hit was off Engler. He left the fastball over the middle, and I chopped it through, and I was like, oh, thank God. I mean, that
4-3 is the score. Republic Locos out in front of the Moon City Mavericks. Here's a grounder up the middle off the bat of Clay Murphy. That's into center field. Base hit. First hit for Murphy today. And business picking up quickly again for Moon City as Jacob Carlson comes to the plate. That is the first hit of the 2021 season for Clay Murphy. So out of a slump he goes. Now 1 for 7 on the campaign.
The amount of weight off my shoulders after that, I was like, okay, now we can figure it out. I don't think I got another hit for 6 more at-bats, but I felt a lot better swinging it after that. But, watching him grin at me when I got to first base, I was like, yeah, thanks for not reaching your arm out and trying to grab that one. Either that one or in the semifinal when Brady got base hit off of me up the middle on a low and away slider. He's grinning the entire time he's rounding first. I was like, yeah, I'll get you next year. It's fine. So those were 2 pretty special, fun ones for me.
This team, this Mavericks group, did some things that no other GRBL team had done. You're the only team to win 8 games. You're the only team to get 2 shutouts in a season. You have a Gripple Crown winner and a 0.0 ERA guy. So add that all up. What do you think, or what do you hope is the legacy of the Moon City Mavericks from 2021? What should people decades from now look back at this team and remember it for?
That it was a team. There were no really standout individual stars. We won games because we played as a team. We got behind, we came back as a team. And, whether it was, Clay in the 2-hole or Brandon Freeman in the 9-hole, somebody was always getting a big hit. So it was, a total team. I don't think we had anybody. I know we didn't have anybody throw 5 at all. And I think maybe Jacob Smith threw 4 innings once, but I'm not for certain. But everything we did it as a team. And that's what I think, the legacy from this team should be.
We had a ton of fun. Looking back at it, that's kind of what this league is about. Obviously, to go out and compete, but have fun again. And you're going to have that heart of a kid. And we definitely had that. Every guy on the field, had that mentality and had a lot of fun. And, I think it showed. Every single one of us, I feel like we left every game with a smile on our face. And I think that's the biggest thing for a lot of us.
I agree with both those things. I think, one thing that stuck out to me in my first year was just how level-headed our team was at the end of the day. I think, there's a lot of firecrackers in the league, and it's easy to get fired up over, the strike zone or a bad call on the field or whatever it may be. But we found ourselves playing through those things. It wasn't luck. It was skill and a lot of effort, a lot of composure from our team. So I think we just had an all-around, great package. It was awesome.
I thought the strike zones were great.
Yeah, they were for me.
Oh, man.
I hate the strike zone. I hate
Balls
it.
off the plate. That's nice.
That strike zone was so big after a while. I hated every inch of it.
Yeah. TJ would look up at me sometimes on deck after he get up and be like, what the heck?
I remember after a while, Dan was like, you're not going to get another strike. I was like, you're lying. And then, a couple bad strikes I got, I just look at him. I was like, he wasn't lying. Yeah. I look at Spangler, he's smiling, like, yeah, I'm going to hate this.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes what you did all so much special is that if you have a consistent strike zone, you can just sit there and sit on your pitch and only swing at what you want to. But when the strike zone moves from pitch to pitch, then you've definitely got to stay focused. So
Thank you for trusting me, sir. Even though you're terrible about you.
All right. So Matt, Tyler, what do you hope people remember about the 2021 Mavericks when they look back?
I'll say just a combination of everything that they said. A little dominant. We had the full package from pitching to hitting to base running to defense. I know our hitting got a lot of praise in the beginning, but our pitching carried us a lot. I think we had the least runs allowed and then the most runs scored by the end of the year. A lot of accolades, you said. Mr. 0 ERA, 2 shutouts, Mr. 5-time champion. Just a lot of things going on in our favor. So I think it's dominant, having fun, and just great baseball in general.
For me, I agree with all that was said. I mean, I would think it would be definitely not luck, and definitely I would say underrated, because that's where baseball is great, where you don't win by what's on paper. So I know there was a lot of that we may have not had some of the other glaring names, but at the end of the day, we played baseball, and we played baseball the right way, which is not winning by a single person or certain individuals, but it was by team effort. And like England said, on one day it was top of the order coming through, and the other day it was the bottom of the order. Eventually, prime example of it was, I think Bacon was hot going the semifinal and in the championship, and even though there were certain parts of the season that he was struggling, so it was just picking each other up.
Bacon continues to stay hot as he puts one past the diving King Owens in the shallow right field. I'll go base hit on that. That's Nick's second of the day.
And at the end of the day, I think our record showed that we're the most wins in GRBL history. And let's say that there wasn't good competition, but a lot of those games we kind of put it out of the way. And again, you have Clay at the back end, it makes it a little bit easier.
Last thing I think it's just the teammates too. Even if someone messed up, we would crack jokes and get them back to where they need to be. I remember when we lost to Locos, Loudon made a couple bad plays in outfield. Here you go, Dan, just chirping at him, having fun. Matt or Clay make an error, one of us chirping at him. I fall and Cole makes me look dumb. Dan's cracking a joke about me being old and having bad legs. I think we're all just picking each other up, Loudon saying Loudon stuff. So I think just the camaraderie once everyone made it a special team.
Well, so start with Tyler being called the wrong name from the get-go, Taylor.
That did happen.
Very first game. That's what made the difference.
I think his sister Taylor hit better than Tyler did for a minute there.
Oh yeah, she definitely did. She's a legend. She's a legend.
We got. It took 3 weeks, but I got Andrew straightened out up there.
Hey, you can call me Taylor all you want.
Yeah, that's kind of what when you're hitting, you can say whatever. I'll go by anything if I'm going 3 for 5 or whatever.
I was calling him Taylor. I was calling him Tay. I was calling him whatever to get the mojo to continue to go.
Yeah.
Man, I'll say this about that Locos game. I figured, if you're going to have a disaster, if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. But you guys, it's like you got everything bad out of your system in one game. And then coming back, I have seen situations in the past with teams that don't shake off losses very well. This was not at all. It was like you guys came back. It was like that Locos game never even happened. And it was back to being a team full of studs again. So I thought just the way you rebounded from an abysmal performance was a great showing of your character collectively. A lesser club would have folded up like a cheap lawn chair after something like that.
After that, we started discussing some of the Mavericks who weren't on our Zoom call. There was pitcher Jacob Smith, who won his first championship in his 3rd season of Grip and Rip baseball, tossing 25 innings, striking out 28 batters while walking just 6, and posting a career-best 2.16 earned run average. There was rookie catcher Cole Hazelhorst, who was 10 for 26 with 9 RBI and a whopping .448 on-base percentage. And then there was Jacob Carlson, who got his first championship in his 3rd year in the GRBL. He hit .285 with 4 extra base hits, and even Tyler Jones had to admit that Jacob Carlson was the league's best center fielder in 2021.
Hey, Jacob Carlson's underrated. I'll officially say he's the best center fielder in the league. I've given him.
He is 100% a stud, and how he's not more his name out there, I have no idea, because he covers a ton of ground out there. It's unbelievable.
He made my job so much easier now.
I think it was, again, the championship game. There was a ball that was hit almost into right field that he got from Bacon, and Bacon kind of looked over and was like, what?
And he has a cannon. I didn't know he had that kind of arm.
Oh, well, if we were talking about
Somebody else.
defense, if we were talking about defense plays, that was one I do remember was when we were playing the Mets and Clint ran through the stop sign against Brock, and it was that single up the middle, and Brock's like, "Don't go, don't go."
One, Colin Barker working hard up there with a runner at second. And the pitch swung on back up the middle. That is going to trickle out for a base hit. Blackwell turns. He's going for home. The throw to the plate. Hazelhorst applies the tag. Jacob Carlson, the Moon City center fielder. Yeah, you can't do that against a man of that caliber.
He got him out by
Like he always goes out and just quietly gets like 8 or 9 hits a year. So like he had 10 hits in 9 games. So that was a career year. But yeah, he had a banger year for sure.
Yeah, those 10 hits though. I mean, he probably hit double that hard.
Yeah,
right at me. I mean, it's like, God, dude just hits missiles. That was what I noticed. I was like, yeah, I'm glad he's on my team.
Yeah, so like it was kind of uncharacteristic. It was like week 5, I think, was when he got his first double. And he was like, man, finally an extra base hit. And I'm like, some guys are just glad to get a hit, and you're mad that you're not getting extra bases every time. I mean, just, some guys are just on a different level like that.
Hope he's on my team again.
And then, yeah.
He's not underrated. I mean, every coach in the draft room, they knew. For me, going into the draft room, and I teased Meza quite a bit because I told him, I said, Jacob's not going to be on your team next year because I'm going to take him. So going into the draft room, he was one of those guys that I wanted on my team. So that was definitely a huge plus for the Mavericks to have Jacob run out there in center field because, I mean, I've watched him play, but and I told him this, having him on the team it's just amazing. I mean, like Clay said, he hits the ball so damn hard every at bat, and he has a hell of an arm, and he can just run down everything in center field. I mean, it's amazing. He is a tremendous ball player.
I got a kick out of somebody mentioned Bacon. So like, Dan, I know, looked at the numbers, but he was one for a long time. And then in the playoffs, he got like 4 hits in 2 games. So big game Bacon, spread that nickname around.
Yeah, he started off, I mean, his on-base percentage was pretty good. I mean, he was drawing some walks. He was getting hit. He was hitting the ball. And then about mid-season, man, he just hit a wall and couldn't do anything. And then in the semifinals and playoffs, I think he was 4 for 8 or 5 for 9 or something stupid like that. But yeah, definitely big game Bacon.
Yes, here's a flare into right. That is dropping down in front of Tyler Tate. A base hit for Nick Bacon. Runner will go to third. They let the throw trickle, but it's offline. So Hunter Altek goes first to third on a single to right by the Batman, Nick Bacon.
All right, man. Shout out to BJ. BJ got middle of season 2 out of nowhere. He had a couple big hits. And then Jerry, he played third base a couple games and filled in. So it was top to bottom. Everybody contributed.
Oh yeah, Jerry made some pretty dang smooth plays when I was pitching.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And Jerry was a good behind-the-scenes leader too. It was nice to have him on the team.
Jerry Kelly, Zach Ralph, Matt Spangler, Devin Braswell, Cole Hazelhorst, Nick Bacon, Jacob Smith, Clay Murphy, Tyler Jones, Jacob Carlson, BJ Gates, Hunter Altek, Justin Loudon, Brandon Freeman, and Mr. 5-time Daniel England. These are your 2021 Grip and Rip Baseball League champion, Moon City Mavericks. I hope you've enjoyed this look back at their season in the stratosphere as we launch the 2nd season of the Burger Bites podcast. I've got some guests lined up and some ideas in the works, but I'd love to hear from you when it comes to who you'd like to hear featured on the show. Leave your suggestions on the Burger Bites podcast Facebook page or get after me on Twitter @RantsBurger. Until next time, thanks for listening to Burger Bites and good night from Ozark, Missouri.
Every time I
Remarkable. Murphy. Steal, swing, and a miss. He struck him out. And that is one small step for Dan, one giant leap for the Moon City Mavericks. Daniel England is Mr. Five-time. Clay Murphy throws 20 scoreless innings. Got the big strikeout there to cap off a monumental 2021 season. He is, without question, our elite promotions elite performer of the game.
Every time I close my eyes, satellites, turning stars to keep whenever I think I can fly. The satellites bring me back to life. But every time I shut my eyes, the satellites, turning stars to keep It's Mr. Burger. It's Mr. Burger. It's Mr. Burger. It's Mr. Burger. Stop, cut the beat off.
Burger.
Burger Bites is recorded on location in Ozark, Missouri, and presented on Anchor. The views expressed on Burger Bites are not necessarily those of the staff and ownership of the Grip and Rip Baseball League. Enjoy the show.
Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines the word fraternity as a group of people associated or formally organized for a common purpose, interest, or pleasure, or persons of the same class, profession, character, or tastes. There's a fraternity based in Ozark, Missouri. Its members come from varying socioeconomic classes, for their common interest serves as both a great equalizer and as the method of setting the fraternal hierarchy. I'm Rance Berger, and this is the series premiere of Burger Bites. A big thanks goes out to our supporters, the Grip and Rip Baseball League, Rude Bats, and Veet Relacing. In 2020, a group of 15 members emerged through a series of trials to assume supreme leadership among a patchwork crew of weekend warriors. In spite of the COVID-19 global pandemic, the Ozark Mountain Ducks found a way to pursue their common purpose to ultimate glory. Yeah, I guess this is a show about baseball. But let me walk that back. This is a show about life. It's about how life works. It's about human achievement in the face of adversity. It's about what we can achieve with some determination, togetherness, and the belief in a power greater than ourselves. And yes, we're going to talk about baseball. Back to the Ozark Mountain Ducks. They won what those of us in the know consider to be one of the greatest baseball games ever played in one of the greatest sports leagues in the middle of the United States of America. And they did it at a time when Americans were deprived of something most of us had taken for granted up until COVID-19 showed up. The Grip and Rip Baseball League is almost as far away from Major League Baseball as you can get without being called a bush league or getting confused with church league softball. It's real people playing real baseball in a minor league stadium that was once forgotten by a team that abandoned it and skipped town in 2004. The Ozark Mountain Ducks of 2020 shared a few things with the Ozark Mountain Ducks of years gone by. They played in the same ballpark, they had the same cartoonish logo, and they wore blue and yellow uniforms. After that, the Grip and Rip Baseball League's Mountain Ducks tried to do what their counterparts from the old days couldn't: play with passion, play with loyalty, and win. On October 25th, the Ozark Mountain Ducks needed 11 innings to beat the Springfield Metropolitans 4-3 to win the 5th ever championship in their league's history. A PE teacher named Austin Kendrick managed the team and played first base. A bank worker named Skylar Henson and an insurance adjuster named Clay Murphy handled the pitching. and an unlikely hero by the name of Mark Blem from a dot on the map called Morrisville, Missouri, delivered the game-winning hit.
Comes set for the 1-2 from the belt. Fastball. Blam puts this one in the air to right center field. That will get down. Kendrick turning on the wheels from third. He will score, and the Ozark Mountain Ducks have won it 4-3. Mark Blam putting on the wings and flying into the outfield. The Ozark Mountain Ducks are the champions. Mark Blam scores Austin Kendrick from second base. Holy cow, the dog pile has made its way all the way over to the shortstop spot. 37-year-old Mark Blam, the automotive tool manufacturer who never played college baseball, has just won a league title for the Ozark Mountain Ducks.
That's me on the call, along with my partner Chris Mesa on CityLink TV, and the guy scoring that game-winning run was Austin Kendrick. If you're a staunch follower of the GRBL, you'll know that we didn't get the chance to do any post-game interviews on the league's live broadcast after that championship game. That's because the Mountain Ducks were down on the field at US Baseball Park, celebrating and spraying each other with champagne, and rightfully so. In a year where no one was sure we'd be able to play baseball games at all, the Ozark Mountain Ducks deserved to be able to let loose and enjoy the spoils of such a thrilling win. Here's a never-before-aired interview I did with Mountain Ducks manager Austin Kendrick after the game went off the air.
Describe for me the scene, the celebration. Started at first base, and then I think it ended up in the shortstop position by the time it was done.
Well, it turned into the Tampa Bay Rays, like Brett Phillips, like running, doing the airplane all throughout the outfield, and all I know is I was being the winning run. I have to turn and find out where everybody's going. I feel like I have the longest run, and we're running, and all of a sudden I get to Blem, and I'm getting ready to give him a hug, and all of a sudden I notice that Jacob Coulter dives and grabs him by the ankles and gets both ankles, and Blem just falls over. And then all of a sudden somebody hits me from behind, and I'm on the bottom, and we definitely weren't socially distant. So, if anybody gets COVID, we're all going down. But I think it's definitely worth it this time. I mean, that's one of the best feelings you could ever have. I mean, it's celebrating with your team like that and going out with a win like that.
So talk me through that last play. You were on second base, and you had to score that winning run. Just talk me from the moment the baseball hit the bat.
I knew I had to put Mark back in. He was seeing everything really well. I feel like he had really good swings, especially these last two games, and had a lot of faith in him. And when he was, being there on second base, I knew if he could just get something to the outfield that I was going to score. I know I'm not the fastest guy, but I feel like I could get a good jump. And, he did exactly what he needed to do. Did a great job dropping one in, finding the gap, and allowing me to get there and score. I mean, he had a great AB, put a great swing on it. Really did a good job just dumping it in. And I knew my job was to put my head down and go score. I knew once it was in play, I was going to score. Like, there was no hesitation. If somebody would have caught it, I was going to get doubled off because I was scoring. So
you got 4 shutout innings out of your first 2 pitchers, Skylar Henson, Mark Blem, and you elected to save that 5-inning tag for Clay Murphy. What was the thinking there?
Clay's been our guy. I mean, he's the MVP. So we talked before the game, and we knew that we were going to kind of live or die by Clay. And I had an error, Brandon had an error. We knew that we kind of kicked it around, and that's unusual for both of us. And it was kind of unusual for Clay to get hit a little bit, but we knew that he had his stuff and that it was there. So we kept the faith and we just kind of rolled with it. I mean, like I said, he was the MVP, and we had no reason to not trust him to go 5. And I mean, I think he ended up going 7. So I mean, he did a great job.
Yeah. What, if anything, was said to Clay Murphy during those extras? Did you check on him at all?
I think I asked him one time if his arm was okay. It didn't really matter if it was or not because he wasn't going to come out of the game, and 2, I wasn't going to take him out of the game. The umpire asked me, he goes, "Hey, how much does this kid have?" I go, "He's got all night." And he goes, "Well, are you going to throw?" I said, "No." I said, "We're going to live or die by him." And I said, "He's the MVP for a reason, and we're not going to take him out. He's going to roll, and he's going to get us where we need to be. It's our job to make sure we claw back." So,
what does this mean to you personally? You've played for this a couple of times. You won it back in 2016, but you are now the Howard Bell Trophy winning manager in this league. I mean, it means everything. Howard Bell was he was actually my 7th and 8th grade PE teacher. So I go way back with the Bell family, and he's a big reason why I'm a PE teacher now, because he was one of those guys that always came into me and would talk to me about basketball or baseball or whatever it was. Even when I played against him when I was at Parkview and he was at Glendale, he always made sure to check in on me and ask me how I was doing every time that we played each other. So Howard Bell means a lot to me. Winning this trophy means a lot to me. I can't thank Tony Lewis enough for giving me the opportunity to be a coach. Winning the first one just kind of gives you a taste, but once you're managing a team, I mean, it's just a completely different feeling. And I mean, it feels great. I had a great group of guys. I can't brag on these guys enough. I told them before the game, I said, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time situations.
And I said, the good thing is, I said, the Ducks are full. I said, everybody on this team is a big-time player. So, I mean, they proved it tonight. Every single person. I mean, the bottom of the lineup really kind of carried us there towards the end of the game. And, you know, I'm proud of these guys. I'm proud to call them all friends. I'm proud to call them all teammates. I mean, I'm just really happy with all of them.
You talked about it being a culture-driven league, and there's a lot of significance to just being the Ozark Mountain Ducks in this stadium one more time, you know, after a 16-year layover, give or take. So, you know, what can you say for the way these guys took on that little added challenge of being Mountain Ducks?
I don't ever really think anybody looked at it as a challenge. I think they looked at it as an honor. I think a lot of these guys were from the area, and you know, they understood the Mountain Ducks and the culture and what went into this you know, baseball team and the history in the stadium. They just kind of took that on. They wanted it every single weekend, and I mean, I think that's why we played the way that we did. It was just one of those things that we embraced what we had and who we had on the team, and we were there for each other. We had each other's backs, and I mean, we're all proud to say that we're Ducks and that we won this, and we can put this on the Howard Bell Trophy.
Like everyone else associated with the GRBL, Austin Kendrick and the champion Ozark Mountain Ducks went back to their regular lives on October 26th. AK went to work at Reed Spring High School, where he will be the head coach of the Wolves basketball team this winter. As a matter of fact, all of the players from the GRBL went back to work. Mark Blem went back to work at his family business, Blem Tool Company. Springfield Mets pitcher Chandler Veet went back to work selling houses. Mountain Ducks pitcher Clay Murphy went back to work as an insurance adjuster. And League Commissioner Tony Lewis went back to work as a lender at a bank. In the hit movie Field of Dreams, a young hitchhiker named Archie Graham described his plan to catch on with a minor league baseball team somewhere in Iowa. I heard that all through the Midwest, towns have teams, and in some places they'll find you a day job so you can play ball nights and weekends, he said.
You know, it's funny the way you describe towns, you know, finding you a job so that you could play on their team. They haven't done that for years. My dad did that for a while, but that was in the 20s.
In Ozark, Missouri, and in the surrounding towns of Nixa, Springfield, Branson, and Republic, the towns have teams. The economy is different now. Players find their own jobs that allow them to have 9 precious nights and weekends free so they can play ball in the GRBL.
There's a rumbling in the Ozarks. Baseball is a tradition that softens the hard blows that life can sometimes give us. Traditions that bind us as families, that binds us as communities, but most importantly, binds us as Americans. Welcome to the Grip and Rip Baseball League.
Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. Bienvenido.
My name is Tony Lewis, and welcome to the GRBL.
And you can find out more at theGRBL.com. Thanks for joining me on the first episode of Burger Bites. Promotional consideration has been given by Rube Bats. At Rube Bats, they offer quality wood at unbelievably low prices. No plastic, no composite, and no price gouging. Almost every bat is just $35, and Rube Bats donates $10 from every purchase to help shelter dogs right here in the Ozarks. Helping hitters, helping dogs, and keeping plastic out of the game. For more information, find them on Facebook by searching Rube Bats. That's RUEB Bats. And by Veet Relacing. You can't walk on the field with any old glove. It's got to be your glove. At Veet Relacing, Chandler understands exactly how important your glove is to you. Whether you need some new laces or a full restoration, let the Iceman Chandler Veet take care of your glove and get you back on the field, ready to make a big catch or strike somebody out. Find him on Facebook at Veet Relacing. That's VEIT Relacing, and he'll get you back in the game. I'm looking forward to telling more stories about life, baseball, teams, and towns. Click the like, subscribe, or whatever other buttons might be available with this podcast, and we'll talk to you again soon right here on Burger Bites. I'm Rance Berger, wishing you good night, or good day, or maybe good morning from Ozark, Missouri.
And we're back live at U.S. Baseball Park in Ozark, Missouri. And we are just about to try to resume this game between the Moon City Mavericks and the Republic Locos, looking at a 2:02 p.m. resummation time. Score is 2-0. Locos were in the bottom of the third inning. Locos just put 2 runs across on the last play before the lightning delay was initiated at 1:47 p.m. Passing on some official word from the league, just as far as how the day is going to play out. This game between the Locos and the Moon City Mavericks has been shortened to 7 innings. So they will get back underway, conclude the third, and then they will play a 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th inning. And that will be all for this one. Coming up, the 3 o'clock game between the Ozark Mountain Ducks and the Nixa Suckers. Likely looking at a delayed start time, probably about half an hour. We do not have yet an official start time for that one. So just be aware if you're planning on coming to the game today to see Ozark and Nixa. That's going to be a slightly delayed start time there. And then 6 o'clock, or probably closer to 6:30 or even 7 p.m., the Springfield Metropolitans will take on the Branson Showmen. The Ozark and Nixa game and the Springfield Branson games are currently slated to still be regulation 9-inning games. So that is the plan. Only the Locos and the Mavericks will be cut short to 7 innings today. And that is just the way it flops. They had the unfortunate designation of being the 2 teams on the field when the lightning delays occurred. We're at an hour and 14 minutes into the delay. For the moment, umpires are back on the field, so we should be going here momentarily. Talking things over during the break with with Mavericks manager Daniel England and with Locos manager Chris Meza. Both teams making the decision that they are going to stick with their original starting pitchers. So as I say that, I see Moon City right-hander Chris Matlock going back out onto the mound. So he is going to try to throw after missing an hour and 14 minutes of action, give or take. It will be Kyle Carpenter coming to bat for the Locos with runners on first and second and nobody out. After Carpenter, it'll be Logan Prock and then Tyler Jones. Everything else stays the same. Teams will resume just as they came off. So Moon City has Michael Easter behind the plate, Zach Ralphs at third, Brady Welsh at shortstop, Joseph Juarez at second, Jacob McDaniel playing first base today. Nick Bacon is in left. It's Joe Emery in center field and Ben Hammett out in right. So just about to get things going again. We will take a quick commercial break, come back, and hopefully bring you some live baseball. And what a treat that is going to be. I cannot wait. Back with more right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, and it's live and free right here all day on YouTube.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
So we welcome you back to U.S. Baseball Park. It is 2:03 p.m., so the time on the rain delay officially 1 hour and 16 minutes. Kyle Carpenter steps in, facing the righty Chris Matlock. Slider, and a runner takes off trying to steal third. They got him. Zach Ralph applies the tag to the runner. That is Trent Simpson, and that puts 1 out on the board as he is caught stealing. And the tail runner, that's Hazelhorst, did advance to second base, so he stays in scoring position for Kyle Carpenter. 0-1 is the count. 2-0 is the score. Locos have the lead bottom of the third, game just underway. Carpenter chops this one to the second baseman. Juarez with the throw over to first, and Jacob McDaniel is in time to get the out. Hazelhorst moves up to third, so 2 outs are on the board. Logan Prock is the batter for the Republic Locos, as we will see what I did just maybe see a little bit of weather, but that's going to miss us for sure, so play on. We will. Logan Prock standing in against Matlock. Sends a slider in the air to left. Bacon is back. He will not make the catch. It's over his head. Mavericks set up a single cut as Hazelhorst scores. It's an RBI double off the bat of Logan Prock. And that makes it 3-0 for the Locos. Tyler Jones up next. Republic having a big inning here. They have put up 3 on what is now 4 hits off of the veteran Chris Matlock. 2 of those runs unearned. That one was earned as there's a strike thrown to Jones on a slider. At least that is the official scoring. May go back and review Cole Hazelhorst's play to see whether or not he will be retroactively awarded a hit. 0-1 to TJ. Changeup sent just foul first base side. Jacob McDaniel touched that one step out into foul territory. Tyler Jones swung out of his shoe, spun around, ended up sitting down. So Michael Easter, the catcher, jogged out to get him some time. Those guys both GRBL originals in their 7th seasons, so well acquainted. They've been teammates in the past. Easter chuckling to himself as he gets back into the crouch. But this has been no laughing matter this inning for the Moon City Mavericks as they have given up 3 runs. And so they now trail. Matlock went at him with a knuckleball that is hit into right field. That's a base hit for Jones. Runner's going to go. Matlock cuts the throw, and it's 4-0 for the Locos as Logan Prock comes home 2nd to 3rd to the dish. It's an RBI single for TJ. Sent that knuckleball out into right field. Matt Spangler walks in. Got to be salivating after watching the Locos put up hits here in the 3rd. Matlock from the belt. Slider swung on, popped. If it stays on the playing surface, Easter will have a chance, and he does. Michael Easter made the catch and then went into the net, but he did catch the ball before making contact with the net. And so that is a catch. And that is an out. That's the 3rd out, as a matter of fact. A crooked number for the Republic Locos. They lead 4-0, and John Bortz going back out to the pitcher's mound. So we will see how he weathered the rain delay when we come back. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, and it's brought to you today on YouTube by our friends at Central Bank of the Ozarks.
When times are tough, you turn to the people you trust. For more than 100 years, Central Bank has weathered many a storm, and through it all, shown what it means to be a true community bank. Our people are working right now to keep your money moving, to keep your businesses strong, to keep our community strong. Central Bank has been named a Forbes magazine top 100 bank for 12 years in a row. When we say strong roots, we mean it. Central Bank. Strong roots, endless possibilities. Member FDIC.
4-0 is the score. The Republic Locos jumped on the Moon City Mavericks, putting up 2 runs before the lightning delay and then 2 runs after it met its conclusion. So John Bortz now out to the mound, pitching with a lead for the first time today, also pitching after sitting for an hour 16. However, we had a time there where we went a while without any lightning, so the teams sort of not so suspiciously snuck out onto the field. Had a lot of guys playing catch, trying to stay loose. Bortz among them. So we will see what he did. Chris Meza, the Locos skip, said, yeah, it's worth it for us to at least try to see what John Bortz can do. They do have some activity down in the bullpen in right field. Locos the home team, so they've got the first base side today as left-hander Tyler Gooden going down to get loose with the backup catcher John Mccaskill. So Bortz will have a go at it here, and because this is the 4th, that means he has been designated as the 3+ pitcher for the Republic Locos today. So as soon as Bortz throws a pitch here in the top of this 4th inning, any Republic reliever who comes on will be restricted to no more than 3 innings of work per Grip and Rip Baseball League rules. Bortz will be able to throw the 4th and then the 5th inning, should his manager opt to leave him in there. And each team will have to make at least one Henry's towing pitching change before this is over. Locos' plan was to go to Tyler Gooden at some time and point, depending on how well John Bortz is doing. But with goose eggs on the board, Chris Mesa and the Locos are going to stick with John Bortz, so the native of Wisconsin. Back on the rubber, he will face the 2-3-4 hitters. So it'll be Joe Juarez, Brady Welsh, and Joe Emery for Moon City. They trail Republic 4-0. Top of the fourth. Bortz from the stretch comes home and fires a strike at the letters to Juarez. Joe singled his first time up. Now 2 for 9 on the season. A pair of singles, 1 strikeout. Looked at a ball low to even the count. So skies are still cloudy here at US Baseball Park, and winds are out of the south at 9 miles per hour. But the good news is the chance of rain pretty much diminished for the day. There are some cells we're watching off to the south and west, but for the moment, everything tracking to miss us. And we do expect temperatures will continue to warm as the afternoon goes on. We've got 2 more games to play after this one. Right now, 80 degrees. Juarez puts one in the air to right. That is tracked and caught by Logan Prock for the first out. And that check of the weather powered by A&L Electric. Whether you have a commercial or a residential project, you can trust the folks at A&L Electric. Find them on Facebook. A&L Electric, Mike Wilson and company, longtime supporters of Grip and Rip baseball. Brady Welsh from Arkansas State comes in. He's a teacher at Hartville, Missouri Middle School and helps out with the high school baseball team. He's an assistant coach. Coaches some junior high basketball as well, I understand. It's Brady Welsh down 0-1 here after a foul ball. He is originally from Marshfield, Missouri, where he went to Marshfield High. Played 3 years at Arkansas State. 1-1. Swings at a jam shot. That's going to carry well foul down the left field line up onto the grassy berm beyond the seats and out of play. So after his junior year of college baseball, Brady Welsh, who was a pitcher with the Red Wolves, pitched 82 2/3, opted to forego a senior year and went to work in the Atlanta Braves farm system. There's a ball outside to even the count, 2-2. So he played with the Danville Braves. That's at the advanced rookie level in the Appalachian League. Also had a short stint at what was then the Gulf Coast League, one of the complex leagues. At that time, it was rookie ball in Florida as Welsh goes down looking there. So Welsh goes down on strikes, 2 away in the fourth, and the Mavericks, trailing by 4 runs, send up Joe Emery. He struck out swinging first time. Bortz worked him in, then out, then got him to chase. Emery at Truman State, played in 40 games his final year. On-base percentage was .300 at Division II level. And again, he chased, so Bortz went right back to the same pitch he struck Emery out with back in the first. Got him to chase that slider. Bortz came back inside, causing Emery to foul it straight back. So Joe works for the Mercy Hospital System in Springfield, Missouri. He is an exercise physiologist, helping people who have been injured with rehabilitation. The 0-2 is popped. Caleb Cole, the shortstop, ranging back behind second base to get it, and he hauls that in. Joe just got a little bit under that and lifted it. So 3 up, 3 down for the Moon City Mavericks. They do not answer a rally from the Republic Locos. So we have played 4. We've got 3 innings to go. 4-0 is the score. Locos out in front. Back with more right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League.
My name is Paul Sunday with Big Whiskey's American Restaurant and Bar, started in Springfield, Missouri. I've always been under the impression you do what you good at. I got started in the restaurant industry back when I was 18. The original Big Whiskey was established on Park Central East here, which happens to be Route 66. The concept of Big Whiskey was very simple. We didn't want to reinvent the wheel. We just wanted to do what others were doing better. We basically are a restaurant that celebrates our bar. We're a restaurant that celebrates sports. But more importantly, we're a restaurant that has a great food product. We won awards with our pasta dishes, our steaks, our wings, our buffalo chicken dip. People are going to think I'm cliche by saying, well, everything's good. What makes Springfield special to me, whenever I was younger, I used to say that it was big enough to get lost, but not big enough to lose yourself. So I think that it has all the attributes of a big city with, quite frankly, the quaintness of the folks that live inside it.
Back live at U.S. Baseball Park. It is the bottom of the 4th inning. Republic Locos send Farron Cogdill to the dish. He is the number 8 hitter in the 10-man lineup. And Republic leads this 4-0. Bottom of the 4th. The 0-1 as a slider swung on, fouled back. To the screen quickly off the bat of Farron Cogdill, who's now down 0-2. Farron sponsored by SGC Food Service. That's his employer. Fastball down on strikes goes Cogdill, and Matlock trying to bow his neck against the bottom part of the order. He, like his counterpart John Bortz, waited through the rain delay, the lightning delay, and has the 3+ designation for Moon City. So Matlock could pitch until the end of the 5th if skipper Daniel England elects to stick with him. But both teams will have to make at least one pitching change. And again, this one now reduced to 7 innings as Chris Meza swings at a slider for a strike. Running a little behind schedule after the delay, but our 2 remaining games, Ozark and Nixa, and then Springfield and Branson, are scheduled to be 9-inning affairs today. And if that is the worst we get in terms of adverse weather today, that'll be all right. So 0-2 to Meza. Matlock kicks and delivers. More heat. Another swing and a foul ball back. Nothing doing in either pen, so it would appear both teams are going to be content to stick with their starting pitchers as long as possible, as long as the rules will allow. 0-2. Matlock tied Meza up, got him to chase upstairs. So back-to-back strikeouts for Chris Matlock. He's got 3 on the day, 78 now for his career. John Mccaskill stands in. He singled in the 3rd, and that was the start of a major rally for the Republic Locos, who put up 4 runs in an inning divided by weather. Mccaskill looked at a ball there. So John Mccaskill, one of the more interesting studies, looked at a ball inside. 28 years old, an assistant prosecuting attorney in the Greene County Prosecutor's Office, so working under Dan Patterson. Fastball swung on, fouled back. But John, very successful high school baseball catcher at Springfield Catholic, concentrated on his law degree ultimately at Rockhurst University. But his neighbor, as he looks at a 2-1 upstairs, is none other than the GRBL's all-time leader in innings pitched, Skylar Henson. And so he found out Skylar Henson was playing baseball on Sundays. He said, hey, I want to get in on that. Skylar kind of gave him some pointers on what to prepare for. John got hooked up with some guys who work out on a weekly basis throughout the offseason to stay sharp for the GRBL. Payoff pitch. And Mccaskill, hard work pays off. Lifts one over the shortstop's head into left center field. He is 2 for 2 today. And Mccaskill aboard for a second time. So Mccaskill is on for Caleb Cole. Back to the Anderson Engineering leadoff spot. Go the Locos. And this could get a little tense here. A couple of veterans, Caleb Cole and Chris Matlock, I understand, during the lightning delay, were writing messages on baseballs and throwing them back and forth between the dugouts. And I kind of read over Caleb Cole's shoulder a little bit early on in the exchange. It was getting a little chippy. All in good fun, of course. The 0-1 jam shot fouled back. And so the dialogue continuing between Cole and Matlock as it's 0-2. Caleb in a pitcher's count here with 2 outs. Just a 3-step lead for the runner Mccaskill at first. Cole looking to extend the inning. 0-2 from Matlock as a slider swung on. This is sent way up in the air to right. Running in is Hammett, and he makes the catch. The hat came off, but the ball went into the glove, and that ends the 4th inning. So another runner stranded for Republic, but they still have the lead. 4-0 is the score. Moon City will try to get some life in the baseball bats when we come back. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, live and free all day long on YouTube. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, would you? We would love to have you all along on a more regular basis.
When times are tough, you turn to the people you trust. For more than 100 years, Central Bank has weathered many a storm, and through it all, shown what it means to be a true community bank. Our people are working right now to keep your money moving, to keep your businesses strong, to keep our community strong. Central Bank has been named a Forbes magazine top 100 bank for 12 years in a row. When we say strong roots, we mean it. Central Bank. Strong roots, endless possibilities. Member FDIC.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Back with you live at U.S. Baseball Park, where John Bortz returns to work for the Republic Locos. They lead 4-0. And Bortz continuing to shove. He's going to face TJ Orlandi, Michael Easter, and Ben Hammett for Moon City. Those are the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Jacob McDaniel would come to bat should anyone manage to reach safely. Top of the 5th, Bortz comes home. Fastball ran in, looked like a 2-seamer. Had a little bit of break toward the right-handed batter Orlandi for ball 1. Middle infield playing deep for TJ. Locos guarding the lines on the corners with Mesa and Carpenter. Everything defensively is just how they started the game. It's Jones in left, Simpson in center, Prock in right. Mesa at third, Caleb Cole at short, Spangler at second, and Carpenter at first base. The catcher is Cole Hazelhorst, who caught a bouncer there from John Bortz. Finds himself in a 2-2 count with TJ Orlandi. TJ from Nixa, Missouri, sponsored by Ozark Fence and Supply. He's an electrical engineer. Fastball for a strike. Now it's 2-2. TJ played baseball at Nixa High School. Went to Missouri S&T, did not play baseball there. Referred to the league by Caleb Cole, who's out there at shortstop for Republic right now. Bortz sent a breaking pitch. That froze Orlandi. It's a strikeout looking. And as Michael Easter walks up, John Bortz now with 5 strikeouts. Taking a look at Bortz's career, he has extended his scoreless inning streak out to 11 2/3 now. 14 strikeouts as a rookie. This is just his 3rd game. Fastball, swing and a miss by Easter. Big opportunity here for John Bortz in a weather-shortened game. There's a bouncer low. It's 1-1. Michael Easter, an auto mechanic, also a vehicle inspector, licensed with the state of Missouri. Swinging a foul ball back. Always good to know someone in that profession, and not just in the event that something's horribly wrong with your vehicle, but, you know, maybe when you have something a little bit borderline, it's good to call somebody you can trust to say, hey, what do I need to do? What's likely the problem here? That one ran in. I have done that myself. And Michael Easter, pretty generous with his time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out on the board, nobody on for Moon City. They trail by 4, and down on strikes goes Easter. That is back-to-back looking strikeouts. And John Bortz, of the 6 he has retired by way of the strikeout today, 4 of them have been looking. So the Mavericks getting caught spectating, perhaps a little bit too much. A little trouble on the infield. Republic tried to throw around the horn, and Chris Mazo was not ready for the throw from the catcher Hazelhorst. Perhaps Bortz surprised his skipper there. So Ben Hammett stands in from Oklahoma Christian University. Swings and chases badly at the breaking pitch. Slider really working today for John Bortz, who just continues to impress. It's like he's getting stronger as this goes on. What weather delay. Ran a fastball inside to even the count. I was impressed with John Bortz's last outing. However, I dare suggest this one's even better. He hit a batter in the 3rd. He gave up a single in the 1st. Those have really been, that's been it as far as offense goes for Moon City today. 2-1 to Hammett. Always takes good approaches. Oh, checked one. And the bat did meet the baseball, so we're even 2-2. Couple guys who know a little bit about food production. Ben Hammett works in distribution for Kraft Heinz. John Bortz is a quality food safety manager at a facility in Joplin. Lined him up outside there, did not get Hammett to chase, so that loads it up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Skies are still cloudy, but I do see some blue off to our south and west, and that's a good sign for what's up later today. John Bortz, if he could retire Hammett, that will end the day for him. He will hit the maximum innings limit per GRBL rules. Payoff pitch. Oh, he ran it in and walked him. So just the 3rd base runner allowed today for John Bortz. It's going to bring up Jacob McDaniel. Big chance for City here, just trying to get anything going. And Cole Hazelhorst, the catcher for Republic, out to talk real quickly with Bortz. Just checking in. Not sure if they got a signal crossed up there or what this is about. Lester Ratcliffe, the plate umpire, breaking up the chit-chat. Hazelhorst comes back to the plate, and we will get back underway. So 4-0 the score. Locos lead the Mavericks. Jacob McDaniel at the plate here for the Mavs. Moon City trying to show a sign of life. Fastball swung on. That's off the glove of Hazelhorst, but it is a strike. Bortz from the midsection comes home with a slider. That's swung on, fouled back. And so the Locos pitcher again ahead in the count. And the first pitch strike has been working for John Bortz. He's working his way into pitcher's counts. It's just a great performance all around for him. First time he's gone the GRBL max allotment of 5 innings. Runner takes off. Bortz comes home. McDaniel pops one into shallow right. In to get that is Proc for the Locos. Not a problem for the multi-time All-Star to get the catch. So that ends an absolute gem. 5 innings of shutout baseball for Republic pitcher John Bortz. He faces 3 above the minimum. A one-hitter for him, but now he will have to yield. So we will head to the bottom of the 5th with the score. Locos 4, Mavericks nothing. Back with more right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League.
I'm Nicole Hartnell with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Rantsberger back with you live. U.S. Baseball Park is the venue. 4-0 is the score. Republic Locos out in front of the Moon City Mavericks. Republic looking to add to the lead here. Trent Simpson, the number 2 hitter, stands in. Chris Matlock still in the game. There's a grounder to first. McDaniel off the bag to get it, and then he threw to the covering Matlock, who did not come up with the baseball as a result. Throw might have been a half step back, but he got a hand on it, and that is just kind of a microcosm of an illustration of how the day has gone for Chris Matlock. Just not having the best of things today. And so a runner is on. And that's Trent Simpson on first. Cole Hazelhorst steps up here. Officially 0 for 2 in the book. Reached on an error last time. That Cole, during the rain delay, lobbied me pretty heavily to say, that should have been an infield single. Brady Welsh doesn't make errors, he said. I'm going to have to go back and look at it again tonight before I decide how it will go in the official stats. So stay tuned next week to Locos Baseball. 1-0 to Hazelhorst, who would like to just go ahead and get a no-doubt hit here. Instead, this is popped. Ranging back to get that is the shortstop. That is Brady Welsh. That time, he definitely did not make an error. That's a catch and an out. So 1 away. Kyle Carpenter steps in. He's 1 for 2. Singled out to right field first time. So 4 for 9 on the season is Kyle Carpenter with 2 runs batted in. Hitting well, to say the least. Swings at a slider. This is grounded to second. Juarez throws to the shortstop. They get 1. They turn 2. It's a double play, a 4-6-3. Juarez to Welsh to McDaniel. And Moon City getting a little bit lively there, trying to get out of the inning. We will see what they can do. Trailing the Locos 4-0. We'll go to the top of the 5th and see a new pitcher for Republic when we come back. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, live and free all day on YouTube.
Team jersey? Check. Face paint? Check. Go Bear! Throw lozenge? Check. Money for tickets? Ooh, better check.
With Great Southern Mobile Banking, it's easy to check your balance, move some money, even pay someone back. Download the Great Southern app and be in your seat by game time. Great Southern Bank. We're fans too. Download the mobile app today.
Check.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Hawkins with Key Cornerstone Realty, here to help with all your real estate needs in the St. Louis area. Do you have a house you want to sell for top dollar? We can help. With over 15 years of experience, our negotiating skills and expertise can help buyers and sellers get under contract fast. Contact us at keycornerstonerealty.com or call us at 636-447-8661. And go Locos!
Rantsberger back with you live, U.S. Baseball Park. It is a Henry's Towing pitching change for the Republic Locos. They call on number 14, Tyler Gooden from Strafford, Missouri, 33 years old, out of North Arkansas College. And so far, he's appeared in 2 games for Republic. He's thrown 3 1/3, given up 5 earned runs on 6 hits in that time frame. Struck out 3, walked 2, so the ERA sits high for the moment at 13.5. Last time out, August 21st, against the Nixa Suckers, he pitched 1 2/3 in a start. Got a no decision that day. 3 earned on 3 hits. No strikeouts, no walks. Warming up here with his catcher, Cole Hazelhorst. Everything else for Republic. Well, check that. They brought in a new third baseman instead of Chris Mesa. That is Dusty Nealis on playing third for Republic. So a defensive substitution. Everything else is the same. Yep, still Jones in left, Simpson in center, and Logan Prock in right. Gabe Rendelman is the batter for Moon City, so a pinch hitter. This is in the 9 spot for Nick Bacon. This is Gabe Rendelman getting us going here in inning number 6. And this one only scheduled to go 7 because of the significant weather delay and for the fact that we've got 2 games yet to go today. Activity in both bullpens. 1-0 to Rendelman. Locos have Chandler Veed, a right-hander, up. Mavericks have Anthony Musser, a right-hander. 2-0, Tyler Gooden facing the righty Gabe Rendelman. Kicks and deals. That's going to be low to make it 3-0. So Tyler Gooden missing consistently down. 3-0 pitch. Rendelman kept the bat on the shoulder, looks at a strike. So Gabe played in the very first year of Grip and Rip Baseball in 2016. He was a member of Grip and Rip Green. He is originally from Springfield, Missouri, where he went to Kickapoo High School. Looked at a ball in. Fastball missed the inner half from Tyler Gooden, so it is a walk to get us started. And Moon City will go ahead and bat Chris Matlock here. Got hit by a pitch last time, so his average still stellar. 1,000. He's 1 for 1. Walks up to Playing with the Boys by Kenny Loggins, a song made famous by what was perhaps the most famous volleyball game ever played on a California beach in the film Top Gun. 1-0 to Matlock as the Mavericks got the message after Bortz came out. Start working counts, particularly with the reliever Gooden coming on. 1-1 now. Gooden checks the runner. Rendleman now comes home. Matlock swung out of his shoes. Sweet looking swing, just no baseball on the end of it. 1-2. Gooden comes set. Matlock reaches out and pokes this one. That's going to stay on the playing surface. Hazelhorst, the catcher, in foul territory, ranges over toward the on-deck circle, and he makes the catch. So Chris Matlock's average falls to 500, and that puts one out on the board. Runner still at first for Zach Ralph. Back to the Anderson Engineering leadoff spot. Go the Moon City Mavericks. Anderson Engineering, founded in 1954, has grown to 195 plus employees in 10 different offices. And when it comes to accomplishments, Anderson Engineering most proud of customer service and the family atmosphere that the team exhibits every day. Check them out at AndersonEngineeringInc.com. Zach Ralph grounds this one through past the diving shortstop Caleb Cole out into left field. Zach Ralph's first hit of the day is pretty well timed as he moves a man up into scoring position with one out on the board for Joe Juarez. 4-0 is the score. Locos out in front, nursing the lead, but the Mavericks have a little something brewing here. One out in the top of the sixth. Moon City recording just its second hit of the day off the bat of Zach Ralph. And it is the first time today that City has brought a man into scoring position. Still some work to do. Joe Juarez lays down a bunt down the first base line that will trickle foul, where Kyle Carpenter, the first baseman, is there to touch it up. So Joe Juarez, an account manager at Border States Electric, went to Kansas City, Kansas Community College, where he played baseball in the Jayhawk League, was actually an all-conference outfielder. In the grip and rip, he's done a little bit of everything, predominantly a pitcher and a middle infielder, but that's Joe Juarez. His real value, the reason he keeps getting drafted high year after year, is his versatility. He's a better than average pitcher, a very good defensive player wherever you put him, and would like to get the bat going a little bit more here in 2022. Looked at a fastball that did not find the zone for Tyler Gooden, so we even the count 1-1. Joe Juarez today 1 for 2, so he is 2 for 8 on the season, hitting .200. Gooden looks back at the runner. Rendleman now comes home. Fastball went low. Hazelhorst blocked it, and then a throw to second. Spangler put the tag down, but Rendleman got back safely. Getting a little bit interesting as the Locos initially looked like they weren't doing much to hold the runner. But Spangler ran over and tried to catch Rendleman sort of jogging back lazily, made him slide instead. 2-1. Gooden from the chest. Looks back twice, comes home inside. Juarez grounds it to the third baseman, and Nealis throws that one into the outfield. A run comes across for the Mavericks. That's Rendleman. It is 4-1. Capitalizing on the mistake are the Moon City Mavericks. So still one out. 4-1 is the score now, and Moon City brings the tying run to the plate. This is Brady Welsh. And again, this is the 6th inning. This one scheduled to go 7 because of the hour and 16-minute lightning delay. So this is crunch time for Moon City, threatening a massive comeback here. Welsh lifts this one into center field. In to get that is Simpson. He'll make the can of corn grab, and the runners will have to stay put. That's a big out there for the Locos. Situation suddenly a little more manageable. Doesn't necessarily mean this is an easy out. This is Joe Emery. Now 3 for 9. Has walked and struck out this season. Today, he struck out in the first. Second strikeout of the year, and then grounded out, or popped out rather, I should say, to the shortstop. So runners on first and second, a 4-1 ball game. Joe Emery. Big opportunity here for the Mavericks. Runner Ralph takes off for third. Hazelhorst fires. Nealis got the tag down. Runner is safe. So Nealis had to reach up to get the baseball, and that was all the window Zach Ralph needed to dive through, sliding in head first. He is now 90 feet from home plate. Tyler Gooden trying to get out of this inning. Gooden in survival mode. Veet no longer warming down that right field line for the Locos. Makes me think he's probably just ready to go. Fastball in there. It's a strike thrown. Oh and 2 on the board, 2 outs. Gooden trying to get out of here with the lead. Looks over at the runner at first. Now comes home with a breaking pitch. Emery lifts this one into center. It's tailing down. It will get down. Ralph scores. It's 4-2. Mavericks chipping away on an RBI base hit to center field from Joe Emery. Very nice piece of hitting there. And that is Joe's first RBI of 2022, and he delivers it in a clutch moment. Republic manager Chris Meza is headed out to make a Phoenix home health mound visit with his left-handed pitcher Tyler Gooden. Is this the moment we see a reliever, or are they going to stick with him? Well, I am not seeing a reliever come on yet. They're checking Gooden, and that will chase him. So a reliever coming on. It'll be a Henry's Towing pitching change. Chandler Veet, the right-hander from Mansfield, Missouri, will come on for Republic in what has suddenly become a save situation for the Locos. The real estate agent from Mansfield High School trying to get something done here. We'll take a timeout, come right back and tell you all about the Iceman Chandler Veet right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, and it is on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well. So there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it.
Yeah, Grandma. Getting a word in edgewise with Grandma isn't always easy. Depositing her birthday check from your phone, on the other hand,
Of course I deposited the check.
surprisingly easy.
Yeah. It's in there. Yeah.
Mobile check deposit with the Great Southern mobile app. Easy. Download the app today.
So yes, that chill in the air is not because of any summer storm activity here in Missouri. It is because the Iceman, Chandler Veet, is on the mound. A Henry's Towing pitching change for the Locos. They're up 4-2, and with runners on first and second, Chris Mesa opts to turn to the bullpen. Chandler Veet coming on here. Now lives in Nixa, Missouri, originally from Mansfield, where he played high school baseball for the Mansfield Lions. So far in 2022, Veet, 4 innings pitched, 2 earned runs on 4 hits. He has struck out 6, walked 2, and hit 2. So no stranger to working heavy in the economy of pitches is Chandler Veet. He's got a 4.5 ERA and a 1-1 win-loss record, matching that of his team, the Republic Locos. Veet's best season, 2020, had a 3.94 ERA for the Springfield Metropolitans. Facing another Nixa, Missouri resident, TJ Orlandi, Veet starts him off with a strike on the outer half. Right-hander against right-hander this matchup. 4-2 is the score, 2 outs on the board in the top of the 6th of this 7-inning baseball game. There's the Veet curveball coming in high to even the count, 1-1. There it is, that big loopy breaking ball. Chandler's got other stuff in the repertoire. He has diversified his portfolio as his career has gone on here in Grip and Rip. He's got a fastball there that got Orlandi to swing at strike 2. He's got a changeup, trying to add a potent slider to the bag. But the old trusty pitch is the deuce, the big loopy curveball. Every bit of 12-6 and then some. Runner goes on a 1-2. That was the curve. Orlandi goes down looking, and Chandler Veet gets out of the inning with a lead for the Republic Locos. So Chandler Veet in line to get a hold, and if he comes on for the 7th, could perhaps be thinking about a save situation. But first, Republic will come to bat, trying to pad their lead in the bottom of the 6th. That is next. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, and it's live and free all day on YouTube. Big thanks to our title sponsor of the broadcasts, Central Bank of the Ozarks.
When times are tough, you turn to the people you trust. For more than 100 years, Central Bank has weathered many a storm, and through it all, shown what it means to be a true community bank. Our people are working right now to keep your money moving, to keep your businesses strong, to keep our community strong. Central Bank has been named a Forbes magazine top 100 bank for 12 years in a row. When we say strong roots, we mean it. Central Bank. Strong roots. Endless possibilities. Member FDIC.
Hi, everyone. This is Bob Costas, and I'd like to tell you about an interesting new baseball book, A Year of Playing Catch by Ethan Bryan. A Year of Playing Catch is the story of how a lifelong fan was inspired to take a whimsical journey of discovery and the power of our national pastime to forge lasting connections. You can pick up your copy after any Ozark Mountain Ducks game or from your favorite bookseller or online. That's A Year of Playing Catch.
So Henry's towing pitching change for the Moon City Mavericks as Chris Matlock has gone as far as he can go per the league rules. And in the 6th, they will turn to a right-handed sidearmer. This is Anthony Musser coming on for Moon City with the Mavs trailing by 2. He will just try to keep the deficit at 2. So Anthony Musser, originally from Mishawaka, Indiana. That's near South Bend, where he went to Penn High School, played for the Penn Kingsmen. Good mascot, graduated in 2012. Started out at Indiana University South Bend, ended up at Southwest Baptist University, where he obtained a degree in sports management. Works for a loan processor now with Central Bank, title sponsor of our broadcasts. Told me did not know anybody when he showed up for tryouts. Matter of fact, he found the GRBL by Google searching adult baseball in Springfield, Missouri. Showed up, tried out, threw pretty well. He's got a sidearm delivery that can be a little bit disruptive. You know, Matlock is a sidearmer. Musser maybe even a slot lower than Chris Matlock. So there's a little bit of funky action. Not quite a true submariner as Musser. I still classify this arm slot as sidearm. Not quite a knuckle dragger. But it can be disruptive. Can be tough to pick up the baseball out of his hand. And every breaking ball has a little bit more dip and a little more side-to-side action than hitters might be used to as a result. Dangerous part of the order here for Republic. It'll be Logan Prock, Tyler Jones, and Matt Spangler. Farron Cogdill would get an AB should anyone manage to get on safely. But Logan Prock, as he is wont to do, very quietly off to a very nice start as Musser sends a fastball that Michael Easter couldn't hang on to for ball one. Logan Prock from Lebanon, Missouri came into the day 2 for 6. He is now 3 for 8. Had an RBI double in the third that made the score 3-0. 1-1 here is Logan Prock. I'm not sure what that was about. Michael Easter, in the middle of saying something to Anthony Musser, turned and looked back at the plate umpire. That's Lester Ratcliffe. Always good to have Lester working the game. Here's a 1-1 outside. So 4-2 is the score. Mavericks put up 2 runs in the top of the 6th to cut the deficit, but the Locos still in front, trying to add to it. 4 runs on 7 hits today. Here's a swing and a drive off the bat of Prock. That's going to get well over the head of the left fielder. Prock is going to think about 3, maybe more. He's quick. Throw coming in. No, Prock's going to turn back. Ball got away from the cutoff man. This could be trouble. Zach Ralph got the tag down, but Logan Prock dives in safely. Question is, do you go double? You go triple? Why not? We're feeling generous. Give him the dead even trip. Logan Prock 2 for 3 on the day, showing good speed, good awareness, and just a good veteran presence. I feel like I say every game, Logan Prock is just so underrated. So quietly, just one of the steadiest, best producing players in the GRBL. Tyler Jones got tied up there. Mavericks wanting to get the strike call. Musser was about to appeal it. No, it's a check swing. So 1-0. Okie doke. Runner on third, nobody out. Fastball from Musser on the outer half is a strike. As we are nearing 3 o'clock, if you're tuned in expecting to see the Ozark Mountain Ducks and the Nixa Suckers, that one is coming up probably, I would say, at about 3:30 is the tentative start time. Everything was pushed back because of a 1 hour, 16-minute lightning delay in this game between the Locos and the Mavericks. So we're in the 6th. This one's going to be called after 7 innings. But Nixa and Ozark are scheduled to go a full 9 today in a battle of 2 undefeated teams in the GRBL South Division. There's a jammy inside out. Tyler Jones sent it back to the net to make it 2-2. And Suckers Mountain Ducks is going to be good today. So if you're tuning in for that one, fear not. We're going to bring you all 9 innings of that and maybe more. Jones down looking at the hands of Anthony Musser. Stymied him there. And it brings up Matt Spangler. So Spanky today 0 for 1. Popped out a foul out to the catcher last time he walked back in the 2nd inning. And so Matt for the season 1 for 4 officially with a pair of walks, and he's been hit by a pitch. So on base percentage, very strong. However, he would like to increase the batting average here. Open-handed or open-footed stance rather. Spangler crowds in with his back foot, keeps the lead foot back as he loads. Righty against righty this matchup. It's 1-1. So Musser from Indiana, Spangler from the Pacific Northwest, Washington State originally. Works for Capital Vacations, and they are his player sponsor. Fastball in, swing and a miss. And Musser jumps up in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good opportunity here for Anthony, regardless of what the score in this game ends up being for him to carve out some time on that pitcher's mound. The Mavericks going forward. Fastball swung on. Good velocity from Musser as he's starting to dial in the location a little bit. So next week, should mention the GRBL scheduled to be idle over the Labor Day holiday break, and then it will be 4 consecutive Sunday triple headers to close out the regular season. The 1-2. Oh, that hit Spangler right on the back, right where the 1 goes up and down on the jersey. Second time this year, Matt Spangler has been hit by a pitch. Brings up Farron Cogdill with runners on the corners. First and third, Cogdill looking to get something going. Daniel England now coming out of the dugout. Well, it's just as I was bragging on Musser dialing in the command, he hit Spangler. So England out quickly to make a Phoenix home health mound visit. So after today's games, we will not be back in action until Sunday, September 11th. It's almost not fair, just as we start to get all ramped up. We have to push things back. Mavericks will be on baseball night in the Ozarks that night, September 11th, taking on the Nixa Suckers at 6 p.m. Republic Locos have the 3 o'clock game that day. Will be a date with the Springfield Metropolitans. Musser from the chest really sinks the hips out of the stretch. That's a jam shot that Cogdill swung on, fouled back. That's kind of the way Farron just nicked that ought to be okay, but a little more down on the bat, it would have wrung his hands. So 0-2. Cogdill quickly back in there, facing at Musser. Got him looking. Cogdill not happy, but a good pitch by Musser, locating on the outer half. It's 2 strikeouts for the Indiana native, and that's going to bring up a pinch hitter. This is Dusty Nealis. Well, he was a defensive sub in the top of this inning. So walking up to a little bit of Led Zeppelin. Dusty Nealis stands in with 2 outs. This is chopped, and that is called foul. Third baseman Zach Ralph got over there in a hurry. I think he wanted that to be fair. He wanted the chance to show the arm. Instead, the runners will retreat. So back on the corners they go, with the Locos leading 4-2. Just trying to find a way. They would like to anyway. Add to the lead before the 7th and final inning of this game. Sun peeking back out here. Nealis chased one way outside. And Dusty Nealis taps himself on the helmet with his baseball bat there, knowing, yeah, that was an ill-conceived idea. We're at it. 0-2. Runner takes off. Spangler's going to go. They will just fake the throw. That's an uncontested steal there for Spangler. The stolen base in my book. Woo, breaking ball did not break enough into the zone, brushing Nealis back. So Dusty Nealis, sponsored by Plaza Tire Service. He is a tire store manager. Fastball in, swing and a miss. Just enough tail on the baseball from Musser to make Nealis go down on strikes. So 3 strikeouts for Anthony Musser in what ends up being a shutout inning. We will head to the 7th. It is the Mavericks' last stand. They trail the Locos 4-2. Chandler Veet coming on to try to close this out when we come back.
At Big Whiskeys, we believe that great food and drink accompanied by the perfect toast can bring anyone together.
Boys, may the best day of your past be the worst day of your future.
Here's to the friends who know us well but manage to like us anyway.
Here's to my neighbor Janet for breaking down my bathroom door when I had too much soap on my hands to open it from the inside.
Oxable woman.
Big Whiskey's American Restaurant and Bar.
Redline Athletics is the Ozark's #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
Chandler Veets, the right-hander, on in a pressure situation here for the Republic Locos. They lead 4-2, 7th and final inning. If the Locos can get 3 outs, this will be it. Be Michael Easter, Ben Hammett, Jacob McDaniel scheduled to hit for Moon City. 4-2 is the score in a game marred by a 1 hour and 16-minute lightning delay back in the 3rd inning. But a brilliant pitching performance by Republic's John Bortz. 5 shutout innings, a 1-hitter, hit a batter and walked a batter, so just 3 men above minimum through 5 shutout innings. And the Locos now trying to hold on for him. Chandler Veets struck out TJ Orlandi at the top of the 6th, now on for his first full inning of work, facing the veteran catcher Michael Easter. First pitch to Easter is a fastball for a strike. So big opportunity here for Veets. His first save chance here in 2022. He has not started a game yet this year, but the way it has worked out, he has actually been the bearer of decisions in both of the Locos' first 2 games, so he's 1-1, matching the club's win-loss record. And if Republic can win this game, they will improve to 2-1 on the season and at least temporarily jump into sole possession of first place in the GRBL North. Something a little different. We had just a one league, 6-team standings table a season ago. We've now split that up into 2 divisions, where the way the playoffs will go is that the 2 division winners in the North and the South will grab byes in the opening round of the playoffs, and the remaining 4 teams will play it out the first week of the playoffs in the round we call the Eliminators. And the winners of the 2 Eliminators will move on to the semifinals. Lots more time to overanalyze the playoff picture before this season is over. We'll do that in earnest after the Labor Day break. I can promise you that. 3-2 to Easter. Payoff pitch from Veets. Breaking ball. Easter sat on it, swung, and fouled it back. We will do it again. That one hops does just barely stay in the ballpark on that upper concourse. But somebody's going to score 25 cents from the Bank of Missouri on that deal. 7th pitch of the sequence. Veet to Easter. Fastball swung on. Fouled off first base side this time. So Michael Easter making Chandler Veet work. Trying to extend this game for Moon City. Just trying to give the Mavericks a chance for a late rally. Another payoff pitch, fastball lifted into the air left center field. Tyler Jones running in to get it for the Locos, and he makes the catch on the hop for out number 1. That brought the baseball cap off the head of Chandler Veet, saying thank you to his colleague Tyler Jones. So with Easter retired, that'll bring up Ben Hammett, 0 for 1 with a walk today. No stranger to facing Chandler Veet. Hammett from Rose Hill, Kansas. Curveball, that dipped in there. It's a strike thrown. Veet back on the rubber. has what he wants from Hazelhurst. Comes home with the gas low and outside for ball one. Locos infielders, they're in cutting the lines. Spangler and Cole, the middle infielders. Heels on the grass. Hammett rips this one out into left field. A line drive base hit. And that will bring the tying run to the plate for Moon City, trailing 4-2. Hammett at first, and Jacob McDaniel stands in. 0 for 2 today is McDaniel. Struck out at the hands of John Bortz back in the third. Flew out to right in the fifth. That was also off of Bortz. But a nice opportunity here for Jacob McDaniel. Broke in 2020 with the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Or check that, broke in 2020 with the Branson Showmen. Played for the Mountain Ducks just a season ago. Sorry for the confusion there. McDaniel, the Mavericks' first baseman today, looks at a curveball that dipped in and found the zone for Chandler Veet. The 0-1 fastball fouled back, and that makes the count 0-2. So Veet slowing the pace a little bit here with a runner on. Looks back and checks Hammett, who's just got now it's a 3-step lead. But Hammett down, looking like he might try to take off. McDaniel puts one up in the air, center field. Trent Simpson settles under this. He will make the catch, and that is out number 2. So the Mavericks down to their last out. They're going to send Gabe Rendelman to the dish. Rendelman entered in the 6th and walked. Came into the day 0 for 1, so he is still 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. The fraud analyst from Springfield, Missouri, out of Kickapoo High School, 30 years old. Played in the GRBL back in Season 1, is back in the league here in Season 7. Trying to make the most of the chance here. He represents the tying run for Moon City, trailing 4-2. Veet came at him high. Did not find the zone. One ball, no strikes. Curveball. Well, the catcher Hazelhurst tried to frame it, but he did not sell it to the man in charge. Chandler Veet delivered a look with a little bit of attitude on it there. Nevertheless, 2 balls, no strikes to Rendelman. Big situation here in the 7th and final inning. That is a strike on the outer half. It's 2-1. Locos trying to finish this here. Curveball swung on. That is going to get down into right field. So the inning continues for Moon City now. The tying run is aboard. A base hit from Gabe Rendelman. Patient at the plate, sitting back, waiting on the curveball. Lifting that in the air to right. And it brings up Anthony Musser hitting in the pitcher's spot. So first and second for Musser. He represents a go-ahead run batting here. Still 4-2. Top of the 7th. Runner is Hammett at second base with some speed. 45 years old, runs like he's 25. Veet from the belt. Fastball swung on, grounded right side. Spangler with it at second. His throw to Carpenter in time, and that will do it. Mavericks brought the tying run aboard, but the Locos win the game 4-2. Your final score. Mother Nature was a little bit of a wet blanket today, but the Republic Locos improved to 2-1. They will absolutely take the win. The Moon City Mavericks fall to 0-3, and they will have a 2-week break to think about it. Our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game today is going to be Republic Locos starting pitcher John Bortz. Bortz threw 5 shutout innings, struck out 6, walked 1, hit a batter, allowed 1 hit. But John Bortz is continuing a tremendous rookie season at 41 years old. Let me tell you the final math here on John Bortz. So he has now pitched 12 1/3 innings, allowing 0 earned runs, scattering his 10 hits. He now has 15 strikeouts, so that, for the moment, leads the Grip and Rip Baseball League. He has walked just 4 and hit 2 batters. Did not give up any extra base hits today. He has allowed 3 on the season, and the ERA spotless, 0.00. So a big win for the Republic Locos, 4-2. They defeat the Moon City Mavericks today, improved 2-1, and for the moment, they have sole possession of first place in the GRBL North. That could change tonight as the Springfield Metropolitans are yet to play. They've got the Branson Showmen on baseball night in the Ozarks. That's a non-divisional affair. And coming up here in just about, I do not know the official start time yet on Mountain Duck Suckers. I would imagine it'll be about 20 or 25 minutes. We will wait and see. But before we sign off on this broadcast, we're going to talk things over with a couple of guys from the Republic Locos. That's coming up right after this break. 4-2, your final score. Locos beat the Mavericks. Back with more right after this.
Let's talk about some of the dynamic athletes who played in the Negro Leagues. And I always look at it this way. When I see a LeBron James or I see Michael Jordan come back trying to play baseball, those were athletes that would have been in the Negro Leagues. There was no other professional option.
No question. The greatest athletes in the world played baseball because that was really the only way that you could make a living in a team sport. And if you're going to be a prize fighter, get in the ring with Joe Louis, go right ahead. Not too many people were making that business decision.
Negro League baseball, all you needed was a bus, a couple of sets of uniforms. You could have 20 of the best athletes that ever lived.
They could have played anything. Jackie Robinson's weakest sport was like with baseball.
Robbie's coming to the plate. He steals it.
He was a much better basketball, football, track athlete, hell, some say an even better tennis player.
Well, I don't know what kind of a man I am, but I think I'm a pretty good ball player.
Guys like Nat Sweetwater Clifton, who was the first African-American to sign a contract in the NBA. He's a 6'7", 6'8" first baseman for the Chicago American Giants. Goose Tatum, who was perhaps the game's first real two-sport professional star, invented the hook shot, is in the Basketball Hall of Fame, was a slick fielding first baseman for the Indianapolis Clowns. So that's the kind of athlete that the Negro Leagues were drawing.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well. So there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it.
Rantsberger back with you live at U.S. Baseball Park, where the Republic Locos are winners 4-2. They defeat the Moon City Mavericks in 7 innings in a game mildly marred by a 1 hour and 16-minute lightning delay back in the 3rd inning. Pleased to welcome in our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game, John Bortz. And John, first of all, congratulations on the win. Just in terms of the overall season, how big of a momentum grab is this for you guys?
Yeah, it was huge. After last week, we were 1-1, so
We're 2-1 obviously right now, so that feels good. We're in the win column there.
So you end up going 5 shutout innings today. First time you gone the maximum allotted 5 innings here in the GRBL. A one-hitter for you. Gave up a single back in the first, and after that had a hit batsman in the third, and then walked a guy in the fifth. But other than that, 5 shutout innings. Safe to say you were feeling pretty good today.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, I was feeling good all the way from warm-ups to the mound, and was able to even through the delay, keep it going, keep it feeling good, stay loose. TJ was, he's like, oh, I should dove for that one. Had I known, had I only known. But
a one hitter is still very good. I mean, Tyler Jones, I'm sure would have tried to protect the no, but it was early on in the game. So yeah, like how disruptive was the lightning delay for you? Because that's tough to have to sit that long and then come back out and throw.
Yeah, kind of one of the, it's happened before, but this is probably the longest delay I've ever been through. It was almost like doing 2 relief appearances almost. Yeah.
So I know a little bit about you. I don't know a lot about you. I know you went to Wisconsin lacrosse, but there's a giant gap in time where like not a lot of John Bortz info is on the internet. So what has your baseball career been like?
Yeah, 2 years at lacrosse, and then I played summer ball up in the Home Talent League in Wisconsin every year up until about 10 years ago. So I maybe had 15, 20 years of playing. Pitching, playing, and hitting. So played a lot of games there in Wisconsin, and then was in a adult baseball league in Lincoln, Nebraska as well.
Okay.
So I played like 5 years there. I'd say in Lincoln it was kind of a cross between the Home Talent League and this league. But this is a fun league.
So yeah, and I know like in Wisconsin and up in Michigan and Minnesota as well, town ball is kind of a way of life for some people. What is a typical like town ball team schedule? You're playing like 30 games a summer at least, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you'll have a Thursday night league, which is like 7 innings, but same guys, same team, and then you have the Sunday league game, which is a lot of games. Like on Labor Day weekend, we'd have Saturday, Sunday, so a little bit more different dynamic here. You got guys can only throw 5 innings here, but it's only once a week, so that makes sense. Whereas Home Talent League, you're getting more games, more innings, more. You're having to throw different pitchers.
Yeah. So how did you end up in Southwest Missouri then?
Yeah, I work for Darlington Snacks, so it's a bakery. So the job took me down here, and moved to Joplin. Love the area. We're having fun. Got my 4 boys and my wife. She's very supportive. Allows me to do that, and she's having fun with the whole program. Is a nice run program here, and we've been enjoying it.
Well, we're trying in our 7th year anyway. And let's talk about this group you've kind of fallen in with, the Republic Locos. I know you didn't know any of these guys from Adam before the year, but I know some of them, and I know you've got some characters on the roster. So how has it been getting to know some of those cats?
Yeah, great group of guys. You got your high energy guys, Caleb Cole, and then I think just overall we all balance each other out. When you're making a mistake, everybody's picking each other up. We're all cheering each other on. It's a great group of guys. And Chris is doing a good job coaching us, keeping things simple.
Yeah. What has this been like for you? I know you're 41, and your catcher Cole Hazelhorst 22. I would imagine discussions might get interesting between the two of you sometimes.
Yeah, we have a good time. He's a good guy too. I really enjoy. He's a really good catcher, really good guy. Solid behind the plate. He calls a good game. And I used, my best man in my wedding, and one of my best friends, he was my catcher for a while. So we had that camaraderie.
Okay.
Similar field here too. I know I don't haven't known him for too long, but he's a good guy.
Very good. So John Bortz, you and the Locos will get Labor Day off. All of us will, of course. You're back out here 3 o'clock on September 11th, taking on the Springfield Metropolitans.
Be looking forward to it.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is John Bortz. He is our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game. Republic Locos get 5 shutout innings of 1-hit ball. out of the right-hander from Wisconsin Lacrosse today in a 4-2 win over the Moon City Mavericks. That's going to chase us. I'd like to say a big thank you to our title sponsor, Central Bank of the Ozarks, for making this possible. We are just a few minutes away from bringing you the Ozark Mountain Ducks and the Nixa Suckers, but a programming note, we will shut down this stream and start a new one for that game. So it's a good time to go grab some snacks, perhaps a nice baked goods. John, you know a thing or two about that, right? Go get... What do you guys make? Like cookies,
We make
pastries?
cookies and crackers.
All right.
Yeah, we our customers are like school lunch programs.
Okay.
That type of thing. Yeah.
Very good. Well, hey, John Bortz, a man who knows snacks, advises you go get a snack and then settle in for the next game. John's going to get a snack and probably hit the road and go back to Joplin. But we will be back in just a few minutes with the Ozark Mountain Ducks and the Nixa Suckers. 4-2, your final score for all of us involved here at the Grip and Rip Baseball League. I'm Rance Berger. Good afternoon from Ozark, Missouri.